Welcome back, everyone, to another session of Half-Rate Heroes. I dropped my dice. 1 second. There we go. All right, so welcome, everyone, to this next session. We are hot on the trail of some Drow. For a recap of the situation, Wampum, why are we hunting these Drow in particular?
It goes back to the very beginning of our meeting, where a band of Drow came into Marabar and attacked the guild leaders and killed all the guild leaders, which included my father and a few uncles, a couple aunts. So that sent me on my mission to take up revenge. So I met up with Nos. I initially hired Nos to help me find these individuals in Luskin, but that has gone beyond the hireling stage. I consider Nos a equal, a compadre. She is keeping me so much out of trouble, it's pathetic. So it has come down to I have found my last target in the city of Brass. So I went home to see Mama, and Mama said, we have some individuals who would like to help you in your mission. So we ended up getting 28 dwarf along on this mission to come to the city of Brass and finally, after all this time, kill the matron mother.
All right. So our heroes are hunting down the Drow on the city of Brass. They have been... Last session, we ended with our heroes using the Amulet of the Plains that they picked up a while back to hop so many people from the material plane to the plane of Brass. Now, in terms of who's already there, I think all of the rest of the party, plus almost all of the dwarves. There are still 2 more groups of... no, actually, you only managed to get 1 group of dwarves up successfully.
Correct.
It was the second group of dwarves that, when trying to go, your amulet failed, and you ended up going to a random plane of existence. So it's you and 8 of these dwarves.
Right.
Right? Okay. So the moment the magic flares from your amulet, Taslin,
Yep.
you notice something's wrong. The familiar pull happen in the proper way. You're expecting to feel the heat of the plane of fire very soon. The ground disappears from all around you. You know you're on your way somewhere, but you don't know where you're going. Any preferences?
Preferences on where to go?
Like, where are you hoping you would end
I
up?
mean, if it was a worst case scenario and I'm not going to the plane of fire, I want to go to the plane of water, because all of these dwarves have water breathing cast on them. And then I would just move us back along on course.
So you try to zone in on one or the other, right? And the plane of fire and the plane of water are on opposite sides. Unfortunately, you end up going somewhere in the middle, and when everything clears, there is no ground underneath you. You're on the elemental plane of air with 8 dwarves who can't fly, who immediately start swearing a whole host of dwarven curses at you as they begin to fall.
Alright, so I'm going to tighten my grip on the 2 that I'm holding hands with, and yell, "Don't let go, you idiots! It'll only take a second!"
Okay. So they're flailing about,
Yeah.
Does the casting plane shift, do you have to have everyone connected?
Yeah, you all have to be holding hands in a circle.
You all have to be holding hands.
we're
Okay.
So that's why I'm grabbing hold on the two that I have.
Okay. Well, and that one seems to suggest that you got hold of two, but the other six all just let go and start freaking out. What are you going to do to get them back?
Oh boy.
You're all falling at the same rate, more or less.
Yep. Let me take a look. What do I have that could possibly save us? Do I really want to save them? I don't necessarily have any spells available that could save them, so I'm gonna, with one of the ones on my left that I'm falling, I'm kind of gonna swing them towards one so she can try, or he can grab hold of another one and kind of pull him in. Because the plane of air falls for a long time. We're not gonna hit ground for probably a minute or so.
A while.
Yeah, so I
mean,
that way we'll use it like a rope and we'll just kind of.
Okay. So which of your skills are you going to put to the test in trying to get this to work?
All right, so I will be using acrobatics.
Acrobatics? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay, go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
17 plus 3.
Okay, so 20. All right, you manage to push them both, and almost by the way in which you start twisting yourself and pushing them, you start arcing yourselves. These dwarves, flailing about as they are, they're reaching a slower terminal velocity than you could if you more focus and purpose yourself. So you can catch up with most of them, and in fact you do. You grab 4 of them. So now you've got 6 of the 8. There are still 2 falling, and I need you to roll a perception check.
All right. That would be a 12.
Okay. Total?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Your keen eye can't quite tell how far away it is, but you can tell that those 2 dwarves are falling right in the path of a labyrinthine wind tunnel, which could catch them and throw them off in any direction. It's unsure, but you can see the way the clouds are twisting and then suddenly shooting off in a different pathway. So you've got a few seconds to grab these 2. You don't know how long. What's next? You've got 6 now.
Yeah, so if the dwarves kind of spread out, those 2 dwarves that are falling, they'll slow their decline. Right?
They will.
So I'll yell out to them, hold your arms out, spread wide. You'll fall slower, we'll grab you. Do not go into the tunnel. I'm not a very good persuader. Let's see what this is. That would be a 3. Total.
They start freaking out and they can't hear you. The wind is rushing past their ears way too much. They end up being caught and flying off.
All right, so I will kind of form the circle with what I have and use the amulet.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll be all right.
I'm sure they will. Maybe the Aarakocra will grab them. Who knows? All right, so amulet to the plains. Go ahead and roll your intelligence check. Remember, you don't add proficiency to this.
Right. That is a 16.
16, okay. Where did you want to go?
Where I've deposited the party.
All right, so you pop out right next to everyone, but because you're falling when you pop out, you are also falling when you arrive in the elemental plane of fire. All of the dwarves suddenly shout, still swearing out loud as everyone falls face first in front of Wampum, Lafcadio, Kale, and Nos.
So I imagine like my hair is like straight up from like the velocity. All their beards are like pushing into their face.
Yeah, they're not happy with you.
They knew the risks. I'm gonna like roll over and be like, "Huh?"
Well, Mr. Taslin, what was that all about?
Some miscalculations. We lost 2 in the plane of air.
Mr. Taslin, that is unacceptable.
I saved 6.
So, where's the rest of them?
They fell into a wind tunnel, and I don't know where they went.
How about the others that are not here?
I still have to go get them.
Okay.
Oh, God. Morgan, save ye.
Taslin. Yeah.
Do you want me to go with you in case something happens?
I'm trying to think. Would
Do your
it
math.
cause me to do another extra trip? I don't think so, because it's only the 4 additional zombies. So it's still...
Yeah, you've got 2 groups of dwarves left, and then your 4 zombies.
Right, so I'm still going to have to make 3 trips regardless of whether I take something. Okay.
Yeah.
I would appreciate it.
Okay, I'll go with you. And once we're done here, maybe we can hop over to the Plane of Air and talk to the genies and see if they've seen any dwarves flying around lately.
Well, they won't be quiet about it, so they'll hear them from miles away.
We can hope.
They'll sound something like, "Oh, darned elves, I hate air! Ah, I've been falling forever!"
You
I
see?
could get in touch with the Windukes and let them know. So nobody has to take a trip.
That'd probably save a life or 2.
Yeah. So I will do that at some point. I will send Represh and tell them we lost 2 dwarven friends in the Labyrinth of Winds. Please get them out, and if you can, send them to Mirbar.
Okay. Ascending this will be probably while those 2 are off already. Ascending will return with, okay, we'll sort it. Right. So, they save 1. Alright. So, we're going to jump back to the material plane, right?
Yep.
Roll another intelligence check.
Kale, would you be guidancing me again, or?
Yeah, anytime you're here, I will guidance you.
Okay.
Okay. Have guidance on you.
That's a 16.
Okay. Would you like to use the guidance, Steve?
No, thank you.
All right. So you pop back to the material plane, back to that cave to get the rest of the dwarves who don't know that you failed last time.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to mention that at all. I'm just going to be like, next group, let's go.
All right. 7 more dwarves come along.
Ooh, 18.
Okay. Pop back. Drop off the 7 dwarves. You've still got guidance on you. You haven't used it up.
All right. 17 going back.
All right. Back to the material plane. You got 1 more group of dwarves and then your 4 zombies.
And I will guidance this one. All right, that is a 9 plus 4.
So that's a 13 in total.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is getting the last group of dwarves back with Nos present. Okay. Okay. So you transfer out. You pop. You are expecting. Okay. Maybe we'll fall again. Who knows what happens? You will end up actually this time going to the plane of Earth. Now, you pop into one tunnel. Your arms are sticking through the earth, connected to another dwarf who's in another tunnel that's on the other side. Nos is through that tunnel with 2 dwarves, and there are a couple more dwarves by themselves through another tunnel that's attached to it. All in all, Taslin, you will take 8 points of bludgeoning damage just simply by your arms being crushed straight away. Nos is in the middle, doesn't get crushed, but some of the dwarves are going to take a hit. What are you guys going to do?
Don't let go, we'll be out of this quickly. And I'll use the amulet.
Nos, do you do anything?
I guess if I'm like holding on to a couple dwarves, I'll grab one's hand, put it on my belt, and then pull out Iron Fang and just casually start chipping away where this other dwarf is like partially encased in her. Like, it could be worse. It could be so much worse.
Yep, he's just gained a small case of claustrophobia. Okay. Taslin, you're going to go trade back?
Yep.
This time, at least, you didn't lose anyone. They just got a little bit injured.
I mean, losing is such a strong word. I prefer misplaced. But, yeah. All right, and that is a 15.
Okay. That is the DC. Okay, good. All right. You finally get that group over to the plane of fire. Wampum, another group, swearing their head off, sick of the elves and their weird magics.
Mr. Taslin?
Yes. My hands are like, I'm like wringing my hands like, ah.
Alright, so how many you got left?
That, I have what, 2 more.
You would have two more dwarves left,
and
plus
my
4
zomboys.
zombies. Yep.
Do you possibly think that you may be able to do this without difficulty?
Honest
What's the
answer?
alternative?
Please go get me dwarves.
Yep.
Undamaged, please.
They knew the risks. I had that disclaimer right before we left.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right.
And hail guidance you back, I believe. Kale will. Okay.
All right. I will use that guidance. That would be a 12 plus 3.
Okay, so that is the 15 that you need. Okay, you've gone over with Nos again, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I'm too scared to go alone anymore. Like, Taslin's visibly
Right.
shaken. He doesn't like this.
You go back. The dwarves didn't really like being alone with the 4 zombies, but the zombies didn't do anything, so they didn't either. Ready to go. Are you ready?
Yep. Remember, don't let go of each other's hands, no matter where we end up. I won't be responsible for if you get lost, misplaced, or let go of your own volition. All right.
Hey, Taslin,
Yeah.
you're doing a great job. I can't imagine what it takes to do this. Just want to let you know someone thinks you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think it's 17.
All right. You get the last group over to the elemental plane of fire, out to your little hidey hole next to the old dwarf's forge area. You are but 30-40 minute walk away from what you know to be the Drow compound. What's the plan, guys? Once you're there, what's the plan?
So, what is the, Mr. Lefcardi, you said something about, having a, idea of how to, separate the powers that be.
Yeah, the Drow soul that I got thought it would be prudent if we separated the matron mother's consort from her and replaced them separately. So I had 2 ideas, and I'm obviously not married to these, and we can think of others. But Kale had mentioned that the leverage we might need if we wanted to team up with the powers that be in the city of Brass would be to formally approach them, let them know that we have a grievance with the Drow House, and that their activities on the material plane are likely to cause the Drow, the dwarf allegiance that you represent in the north and on the Sword Coast, to boycott the city of Brass. And if they would let us deal with the Drow ourselves, then they wouldn't have to worry about the dwarf boycott. So that I'd be happy to appeal to them in this way. We could all go together, or I could go all by me onesies. Either way, that's one idea. Another idea is because I was able to look inside the compound, I was able to see what this fella looks like, this consort, and I could perhaps go into the city of Brass disguised as him and cause all sorts of trouble and then disappear, and then the authorities would come to the compound and try to apprehend him or pull him out or something like that. I don't know what the protocol is,
Now, I kind of like that one.
And then there's a third idea, actually, just occurred to me, would be to, because if I understand correctly, we got the intelligence that this house is a disgraced house from the Drow city in the Underdark.
Dabby knowing.
If we could perhaps, find like a fighting arena or something like that, and I could present myself disguised as some other Drow champion, and let the word get out that I'm looking for a fight with this supposed great champion of this other matron mother's house. If the word got back to the Drow in the compound, then he might leave the compound by himself, and we could ambush him on the way to the arena, something like that.
Would you have to be like as a Drow in that third scenario? Because I don't know, it seems like a fine way to get yourself killed.
Well, I wouldn't fight him one-on-one. That's not the plan. It's just to sell the ruse that there's a Drow in town looking for a fight with some other Drow. And it, obviously, like I said, these are just ideas. If anyone else has another idea, we could consider that as well.
I thought the idea of you turning into him and then starting a ruckus just around was very funny. You can't get caught, obviously. So it's very risky, but it'd be very amusing to me.
I'd be liking that plan myself. What says ye, y'all?
Is that addressed to the dwarves?
And you, elf.
The dwarves don't mind.
I'm not partial to it, but this is your mission, so whatever you want to do, I will support you 100%.
Likewise.
You got any elf ideas?
Well, I like the original idea that I came up with, no surprise, of talking to the Ifrit first, and kind of going with the more political approach, because it involves less fighting. But everybody here came expecting a fight, so I assume they would like to have a fight.
Mr. Taslin, I know ye be tired and kind of frustrated with the bouncing back and forth, but I'd be happy to hear what ye be thinking.
My thoughts. If we are to have a direct assault on them, we risk possibly drawing the Ifrit into this confrontation, depending on how noisy it is. I have not as many spells as I would like in way of blasting and clearing a way left for today. But I am still fully functionable in a fight. I feel no way or the other. I am impartial on this. I will do what you wish and lend my skills to you, but both of these manners of attacking will potentially have drawbacks.
Can I just say that even if I find an option to be amusing, going with it for the sake of amusement maybe isn't the wisest thing to do? Just want to put that out there.
Well,
but it sounds like the smarter ones. Not that I am not intellectually gifted or anything like that, nor you, but it sounds like the smart ones are concerned with the Ifrit showing up if we just launch a fight without their blessing. So,
I'd be worried about that, me too. But I'll tell you what, that first option you had, that might work with what the smart ones be saying, as well as maybe getting him out in the open.
Getting him out in the open, we could ask the Ifrit to do that as part of the terms that we offer. But did you have some other idea involved with that?
Well, You know how me anger is. I just prefer knocking down the door and going at it. But I know that we need some disguise. We need to go at this delicately.
Or if we are to go at them, we need to avoid a large noise at the entrance. Perhaps we could find a way to purchase the use of a pass wall spell and go right through the compound with our full group of dwarves.
Right to the Drow mother, you be saying?
Well, maybe not to her, I don't know where she is, but it would avoid them noticing us at the gate until we're already inside.
But that's still not separating both of them.
Yes.
So I like your first option, Mr. Left Cardio. Let's roll with that.
Okay.
All right. Should we all march through the city, or do you guys want to come with and leave the dwarves and the zombies here, or how should we do this?
I say more the spectacle, the better.
Okay. So you start marching your little army of dwarves, all in their armor, weapons at the ready. You've got now, you had 28 dwarves. You lost 2 of them. Yep. And so you have 19 warriors and 7 clerics out of this group. So they're marching with some zombies and with you. It does not take long for you guys to draw attention. The dwarves are making a bit of noise. They start singing a little war chant as they're plodding along. And next thing you know, a whole cavalry of Ifrit float in around you. Burning swords at the ready, floating above the group. They point them all their weapons down to you. Explain yourselves.
Mr. Left Cardio, you better start talking.
Who dare bring an army into the city of Brass?
Good day, mate. My name's Lafcadio Whitehorn, and I represent the interests of the Dwarf Trading Consortium of the upper northwest region of the Sword Coast of the Material Plane on the continent of Faerun and on the land of Toriel. We come to seek appeal of the mighty Ifrit.
You brought an invasion force to talk trade.
No, mate, these are all merchants. You know, the dwarves, I understand, they kind of look a bit rough, but that's why I'm up front doing the talking. Because, you know, they just look rough, and you having them doing the talking and selling and crafting and all these sorts of things. They bring me along.
Roll the persuasion check.
Can I guidance him? Touch his arm.
Yes, we can say he's guidanced, but he can only, you can't guidance multiple times in this conversation. Okay.
19.
19. Okay. You don't want to use the guidance.
So I guess I don't know. Do I know I'm guidanced?
Yeah, I had to touch you to do it.
Okay.
You just feel it.
Yeah, I'll because I don't know that I rolled well, so I'll roll my guidance. I'll just use it right away. 1, so 20.
Okay. 20 is pretty good. All right. What business do you have, Lafcadio?
Could we maybe find some place indoors, or do you have a formal room where you address, visiting VIPs?
No. We want you all out in the open where we can watch each and every one of you.
do I get?
He will lower himself though, so that he is face to face with you on the ground. Okay?
I'm gonna stand behind Lefcadio and kind of give him like enough muscle present to not demand respect, but like put it out there. Like, okay, you got your muscles. He's got his muscles too. We are muscly. Let's move on.
Yep.
Do I get the sense that this guy is anything more than a city guard?
Roll an insight check.
That is a 12.
Okay. The group that came is a fairly large group of Ifrit. So, if nothing else, you have the majority of the city guard surrounding you right now. This one that stands in front of you does set himself apart from the rest. He is wearing a medal or two extra than everyone else, and his demeanor does seem to suggest he leads them. Though how far above City Watchman he is, you can't really tell. But he's definitely an important Ifrit.
All right, mate. What we've got here is an issue with some of the residents that you have here in the city of Brass. I'll point generally to the direction I believe to be the Drow compound. And I'll use their name. John, do you know their name?
No, Sugarfoot. No.
The Drow House of Sugarfoot. They are.
That has now been retconned, and they are now the Drow House of Sugarfoot.
They are waging a large-scale war on all of the dwarven houses and clans on where we're from, back on the material plane, up in the north and along the Sword Coast. Many dwarves have died at the hands of the Drow that live at this house, and it's raised a lot of concern that not only are the dwarves not safe back in the material plane, but they certainly wouldn't be safe here in the city of Brass, where these folks call their home. We understand that they're just, vagrants and vagabonds who have took up residence here because they were thrown out of their own city. So we wanted to come here and appeal to you, the mighty and wise Ifrit of the city of Brass, and see if we could take care of it. I'm not passing any judgment on their morals or the character or anything like that. It's just as a businessman and a city involved in lots of commerce, if the dwarves don't feel safe, then they're going to have to organize like a boycott of the city of Brass. That means no buying or selling anything from here. And they're influential. Dwarves are all over the place. And soon the word will get out that the city of Brass just isn't friendly to dwarves. So with your permission, we'd like to take care of these the Drow folk who are in this compound over there. And if we would appeal to perhaps even some assistance in that regard, so that we could sort it out as efficiently as possible.
Roll of persuasion. Well, is this persuasion, deception, or intimidation? Because it sounds like a little of all three. Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 11.
Okay. Right. I do like the dwarven craft, and it was sad to see the recent accident that occurred. Very well. The Ifrit will not interfere in your fight with these Sugarfoot Drow. But we will also not involve ourselves for free in your endeavor. If you wish to gain our physical assistance, that would require a little more incentive than just the promise of no boycott.
What is that incentive?
I'd like to get something of value out of this.
Well, you know, those Drow, they have all sorts of fancy things. What if we leave some of those things for you when we're done?
Is this guy within 60 feet of me?
Yes.
Could he make a wisdom save real quick? While I try and read his mind.
Okay. And this doesn't require you to perform any sort of components necessary to cast this spell. I know we discussed that last time.
Yeah, it's a channel divinity, so I mean, it's up to you if you want to say a channel divinity takes something.
If it doesn't say you can cast something, that's, I guess.
Right, no, not for the mind reading part. But after that, the suggestion casting would be, that's a spell.
Okay. All right, so wisdom save. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That is an 18.
Son of a bitch. All right, never mind. I will just listen quietly and not interject.
Okay. All right. He just leans in, sweeten the pot a little bit.
Is there something that you be looking for?
I do like some of the things the dwarves can do. Here's what I offer. If you want our assistance. Well, actually, before I offer this, to what extent of assistance are you looking for? Because we're not going to march in there with you unless you pay us some pretty heavy stuff. So, to what extent do you request our assistance?
Well, I think there'd be two things that would be particularly useful to us. One of those things would be splitting up their forces. We understand that the matron mother, she's in charge, but she's got a fella with her who's with her that's really scary, and we'd like to pull him out and deal with him without her. So some way to pull him out. I don't know what kind of things you guys do here that would perhaps bring him out. I considered like some sort of formal complaint against him, then he has to answer himself.
His name is Keebden, by the way.
What she said. So that getting him out and dealing with him apart from the matron mother would be very helpful. And then beyond that, we'd like a way to get into their compound. It's got all these walls and buildings. One of my mates, who's very gifted in the arcane arts, suggested some sort of spell that would allow us to pass through walls. Some scroll of some sort, perhaps. So that one or both of those things would be immensely helpful to our efforts.
Okay. For having us distract this Kivdin fellow, we will do it if 3 of your dwarves sign a contract of employment to work for me, exclusively for me, for 1 year. After which they are free to work as they wish, where they wish. For the other, it will require an extra 2 dwarves for a year.
And this is with no pay, just servants.
They would be paid for every job they perform for me, but they are only permitted to perform work for me for that year.
And I'll turn around to the head of the guild who joined us, and I'll ask him, "What be you feeling?"
I'd have to check with the other dwarfs. I myself would probably be willing to stay here and work in this place for a while. It looks pretty cool, but well, not cool, quite the opposite. But I'd have to double check with some of the others.
I have worked at the forge here. It'd be a nice forge.
Let me check with my men.
Okay.
So he'll go talking to some of the other dwarves, and he will manage to find himself and 4 other dwarves that would be willing to indenture themselves for a year here in the plain. They're spread throughout the different dwarven castes that have come to aid you.
And I'll turn to him, the Underbelly clan thanks ye, and I will feel sure that ye ale will be plentiful.
I should hope so. They mentioned that we'd only be able to work for them, not that we couldn't enjoy our lives, right?
That be true.
All right. Bring the ale here.
It'd be nonstop.
All right.
So I'll turn around to Lefcardio. The dwarves say that he got a deal.
All right, Mr. Ifrit, we do have some of the finest craftsmen of the North willing to perform a year of service for you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Then, so let it be done. We will not interfere with your fight. We will get this Kivdin out of the compound, and you shall be presented with a way to pass through the compound wall.
Well, it's mighty kind of you, sir.
2 things. One is out of character that I'm saying these things. We're having this conversation just in the middle of the street.
Yep.
Okay, so my sidekick person that I made, who isn't actually Kale's sidekick, but it's just another character, made using the Unearthed Arcana sidekick creation rules. Torbera is going to be keeping a lookout for Drow in the area that are watching this happen in the middle of the road. So that'd be like a perception.
Yeah, have her roll a perception check.
It's advantage. Hearing. That would be a 23. It's 23.
Okay. She does notice a single drow.
And are they like?
However, that single drow is quite a ways away, and seems to be in somewhat of a daze right now. Almost like they're staring up at the sky, just packing away at something they can't really see.
She will also look up at the sky. Is there anything going on? This dude's just losing it.
Yeah, he's distracted right now.
That's weird. That's weird, but not weird enough, I think, for her to warn anybody about it. It doesn't seem dangerous. Okay, and then thing number 2, I would like to insight check this Efreet gentleman to see if he's bullshitting us about this deal.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
That would be a... What's my insight? Oh, it's +9. Okay, so 25.
Okay. He is telling the truth about willing to offer the aid that he's promised. However, you can probably guess that there's a lot of unsaid stuff about what the dwarves are going to have to craft for him. And so he seems very excited about that prospect.
Okay. All right. Oh, and there was another thing I wanted to mention. I forgot to bring this up before. The scythe of destroying the world. You know, like how big and unique looking is that?
Oh, it's pretty big. In terms of its height, if you were to put it, the staff part of it is about 5 foot tall. Then the blade is curves around about 4 foot. So
Okay.
it's big scythe.
Eesh. All right. I would just like to point. I mean, like to try and be wearing that in such a way as like my cloak is over most of it if I can. I'm sure I can't hide the whole damn thing, but just
Could we outfit it in our
Would you be
bag of
willing
holding?
to have at least one hand always stuck out at an angle? Because then you could have either the stick or the blade down a sleeve and the rest down your back.
That's ridiculous. No.
It's worth a try. Putting it in a bag of holding, it would be small enough to fit inside of there.
Oh, it would. Like, I imagine it'd be difficult to get it through the opening, but I guess if you use
If you tilt it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And are careful not to split the bag.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would put it in the bag of holding. 'Cause who knows? There's like dust from its previous owner in there and black diamond stuff. I'm not putting it in there. I'm just gonna have it.
Okay.
But anyway, that's it. That's it for me. The end.
If you wrap a little bit of cloth around the handle, it doesn't look much more than an oversized sickle. Okay.
All right.
It's the handle that really has the neat design on it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So in terms of helping you get through the wall, the Efreet don't offer you a spell scroll of pass wall. The Efreet are capable of casting pass wall.
Ah.
And so one of the Efreet will actually just take you to the compound, put a hand on the wall, and open it up for you. Okay. That's the extent of that. In terms of getting Kivdeen out, they're not going to tell you how they're going to do it, because they don't want to give away some secrets, but they promise that he will be out of the compound.
Will you guys have some way of signaling us once that's completed?
Let me get one of your... I know your name, Lafcadio. Let me get one more name, and I can let that person know.
Wampum Thunderbelly.
Thunderbelly.
There we go.
And would you be amenable, like drawing him into a location where we could ambush him? Because the last thing we want is him coming and showing up whilst we're in the compound, coming back or anything like that.
Do you want him now?
Yes.
Take a look at what an Efreet can do. Bear with me 1 second.
Can
In the meantime, yeah?
I talk to you guys real quick about this weapons master fella?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna kind of group up with everybody and keep my voice sort of down. Hopefully, the Ifrit won't think that I'm talking about them because I'm not. So the way that I understand Drow and their culture is that you've got the matron at the head of the house, and you do whatever the matron says. Otherwise, she tortures or kills you, or turns you into some kind of slave or something. So, what if this guy didn't actually have a direct hand in annihilating your family there? What, like, to what extent is it the problem of the individual Drow and not the problem of the matron mother? You catch my drift? Like,
I understand what you be saying, but how are we going to know that?
usually you got to talk to him. Kale's got his ways. He's special.
I mean, my hatred be running deep, and I just assume if he be in cahoots with this matron mother, he needs to be terminated as well.
Well, I'm thinking maybe he's just been waiting forever for a way out, you know? And if he didn't have a hand in anything, then are we murdering someone who's not, I wouldn't say innocent, but like as innocent as far as what we're doing is involved with?
If ye can provide this answer without a whole lot of difficulty, then I'd be liking to hear it.
Okay, cool. I really appreciate that, because I intend on just asking him, kind of like we did with the giant ass. You remember that one? You knew he was a bad dude.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty quick. Appreciate it.
I trust you, me girl.
Okay, as you were.
So as we're all kind of splitting up, Haslam will lean over towards Kale. Between the two of us, I think he's better off dead, don't you?
Kale will just shrug.
Good talk, Kale. Oh.
He's like really, it's like really clear that he's like super uncomfortable with the whole situation and the question itself that you just asked. He just doesn't really want to get into it. You get all that from body language.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Mr. Freak, how be soon that you be doing this?
1 hour.
That'd be enough time for me to get me out sharp.
Okay. All right. If that's what you guys want to do, he is going to convince the Kivdeen, get Kivdeen out into the city proper.
When he goes to do that, he said it'd take an hour, right?
Roughly.
All right. I would like to cast a spell. It doesn't
What
affect
spell
anybody.
would you like to cast?
I would like to get my Tome of Denier out and run my hand over the cover. The eye flares up and cast the Arcane Eye spell.
Okay.
And then I want to follow that guy. Just watch him for the next hour.
Okay. All right. What are the rest of you doing?
So we're in the marketplace, right?
Yeah, well, you're near the marketplace. You're not in the marketplace. Okay. You're out in the streets. You were walking through a little bit. He says he's going to bring back Kivdeen here. So what kind of preparations would the rest of you set in terms of the scenario? You have a whole host of dwarves, which you might not be capable of controlling the tokens yourselves, but let me know where you want them and I'll move them. The yellow dots signalize the ones that happen to be clerical. So while Kale is watching the Ifrit, what's everyone else doing?
Well,
we have about an hour.
I would like We got what? We got probably 7 to 8 apiece, and 4 groups. So if we could stick a group here, frontline warriors, backline cleric, a group here, group here, and
Do you want
a
any
group,
of them roofs with like their crossbows?
yeah, and then a group here with us in front.
I had the idea that if one cleric was assigned to 3 dwarves, then the cleric could cast both Death Ward and Aid on each of those warrior dwarves. And then if after a short rest of an hour, they could gain back a 4th level slot, so they could be able to cast Spirit Guardians and Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Back the northern group up about 30, let's say 20 feet. There you go. And the southern group up, back them up about 15 feet. There we go. That looks good to me.
And Torbera's going to get on a rooftop and try and like hide stealth style and wait for the right opportunity to strike.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something sort of similar. I'm gonna go the direction that we expect him to come from, and I'm going to go several, like 30 feet, 30 to 60 feet out, so that if he catches eyesight of all the dwarves and he starts to turn and run, I can step into his path and kind of block him.
Okay.
I will ask Teslin.
Yep.
Teslin, do you? You know what your resources are and best how to spend them. Do you have the ability? Not that you necessarily want to, but do you have the ability to change all of our appearance like you've done from time to time?
Not today.
All right, never mind.
Indeed. If I had it, I would have used it on these stinking flesh puppets and made them look like dwarves. No one could have told the difference.
I guess. Can we reasonably assume if the compound is in one direction, where we would expect the fella to be coming from?
Well, if you have all of the exits to this square covered by dwarves already, it's probably going to be difficult to get him here through just walking through the streets. The Ifrit is as capable of just dropping him in the middle as he is convincing him to walk out. So you just said bring him. You didn't exactly say how. So it's as likely he'll be convinced to come to this square through normal means from the north. We'll say from the north, which is where the Drow compound would be from, or that he would just be dropped in.
All right, so the group to the north, is any of these houses or businesses open? Are they occupied?
They are occupied, but they, when seeing the army of dwarves marching through, they would have left the house for a little bit and walked away.
All right, so the...
Like, I'm not dealing with this kind of attitude. Nope, not today.
Taslin would kind of hide his zombies out, like inside one of the buildings, just right by the door to kind of rush out.
Okay.
The northern group will hide in, let's say, the combo of between that building and this building until he passes.
Okay. Anything else you guys would do?
Where I'm standing, is there any way, anywhere, like a barrel or a stack of boxes or anything for me to hide behind?
Would you like a barrel? Would you like a stack of boxes?
That would be delightful. That's all
There's
I've
a
ever
barrel.
hoped for.
There's a chest. And a box. Here's a box. Hey, there's a box. How's that? You can't see that. They're on the GM layer.
All right. So I'd like to, make using my glamadama and my illusion mask of many faces. I'd like to make myself look like a lion man, but with full plate armor,
Okay.
and then hide behind whatever that is there.
Okay. A few minutes into your hiding, Kale will be able to tell you a rough idea of how the Ifrit are going to get him here, as Kale watches through the arcane eye as the Ifrit flies straight towards the Drow compound, through the wall, straight towards the Drow matron mother's quarters, calls out who's Kivdeen. 3 people put their arms up, grabs all 3, and starts coming out.
Man,
Good luck,
sure
you
gonna be
three.
awkward if none of them are empty.
So they're going to pick up and using magics to trap and persuade, they're going to drag them out, flying to here.
All right. So I will tell everybody when that happens. I can't hear through the eye.
Oh,
so,
true.
But I can see that they grabbed 3 different people, obviously. So I will announce that to everybody. Be like, hey, they're bringing 3 separate Drow here. So I don't. This may be a ruse. It may be some sort of setup. I don't know. Unless it's a common name. I don't really know that many Drow. Kivdeen might be a really common name. I don't know. But that's it.
Thanks, Gale.
Okay. Then, after the hour, once you're all ready and prepared, the Ifrit will actually plane shift to this position, utilizing it to travel quickly to drop them off. And they do, in fact, just drop 3 Drow, one of whom matches the description or the vision that Lafcadio had witnessed before as the consort himself, and 2 individuals that look like they've purposefully made themselves to look similar to him. It's a tactic you've seen in other kinds of warfare before. You would have multiple bodyguards that look similar for this very specific purpose. You know exactly who you're looking for, so you can tell the difference, but people who didn't know exactly what he looked like might mistake the 3 of them, and they get dropped right into the center. We're going to roll for initiative, as he's not happy about what's happened to himself.
I got a 15.
And I got a 15.
I got a 15. No, wait. I rolled a 5. That might be more than 15. Hold on.
What's your initiative bonus?
No, wait. It's just plus 7 total.
I was going
That's
to
right.
say. So 15 for Lafcadio, 15 for Taslin, and what?
12 for Kale, and Dex plus 3, 21 for Torbera.
Okay. So 12 and 21. Okay. Bear with me one moment while I... Is there anyone else that's missing from the turn order of your side, not the dwarves? Okay. Ooh, natural 20 on the initiative for those dwarves. Okay. So, all the dwarves do well. The clerics... Okay. Not so good. Okay. Now for my guys, my enemies. It's taking its time. So good luck with this.
I think they're boned.
Quite possibly.
I have this feeling.
However, I'm interested to see how much of an effect a creature of this magnitude can do against you. Okay. All right. I think I have everyone. Let's turn. Okay, descending order. Top of the round is actually going to be Wampum. Wampum, what do you do?
Wampum will yell out, "The Thunderbilly clan has come for revenge." And I will attack this first drow.
Okay.
The first attack being a 20 for 12 points of damage.
Okay, that drow will parry and that'll miss.
Okay. Second attack is a 18 for 10.
18 against that same one.
Yep.
Will then hit.
All right.
He was only able to parry the first shot, so 10.
And then the third attack is going to be a 17 for 10.
17 is going to miss.
And I am done.
Okay. Then we have the warriors. So these warriors are going to charge forward. So I'll move all of the warriors into position first.
I'll swap places with one of these guys behind me.
They don't have the movement speed to get up to your position. However, what you watch in terms of strategy from these dwarves is actually very well organized activity. Now that the warriors have their weapons and shields, every single front line holds the shield in the way, takes the dodge action. They create a wall of disadvantage attacks. So none of them make any actual attacks right now. Torbera. What does Torbera do?
Torbera wasn't expecting these guys to just get dropped right in the middle of the street. She says, "Shit!" and fires off 2 shots from her short bow at the main guy.
Okay.
That's an 8 and a natural 20. I imagine the 8 probably doesn't hit at all.
No, the 8 won't, but the natural 20 will.
Well, it's plus, what is it? Plus 7 to hit. So I rolled an 8, so plus 7 is 15. I probably have 15.
Against him, no, that'll miss.
Okay, that's what I thought. Anyway, I'm gonna roll this big damage right now. 9
Sounds big.
plus 3 is 12.
Okay.
So she fires off 2 shots, 12 piercing damage, big deal. And then she's gonna try and like low. Is there like a wall? Thinking like a low wall around this building that she's on, the roof.
A little bit of a lip, not much.
All right. She'll try and like low crawl over here and like take the hide action as a bonus action to kind of just switch positions to surprise people.
Okay.
So she'll try to hide. That is 15 plus 11. Some number.
15 plus 11 is some number.
26.
26. Okay, that's going to hit.
He's not wrong.
I mean, no, she's hiding.
Oh, hiding. Sorry, I thought she was.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's hiding. He's a bit occupied. I think that's going to be okay. All right. These guys that are right next to him. First one is going to attack at Wampum since Wampum had attacked him. Pulling out his short sword, he will swing it around, but that's only going to be an 18 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. That's all he will be able to do. The second will step up next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of just swinging an attack, is actually going to cast a spell.
Okay.
Can I counterspell it?
If you would like to,
Level 4?
go ahead.
Okay. Do I need to roll?
Nope.
All right.
You just use up that spell slot.
Perfect.
All right. Then that is them done. We go to all of the clerics. Now the clerics are going to step in behind and aid where they can. And okay. Nice. All right. They, some of them end up just supporting those that are in front. A few of them end up summoning their own spiritual weapons that then come in and start hammering away at these drow. So the two weakened drow will take a little bit of damage, as will the big guy. Okay, that is them done. Taslin, what would you like to do?
Yeah. So Taslin will leave the building and he'll go out onto the street where you can see them. As a bonus action, he's going to have two of his zomboys come in. Would they be able to with the dwarven shield wall, or would I not be able to get through?
They can walk through friendlies.
Okay.
Yeah, they just can't end their turn on the same space as another turn.
So I'll have two zomboys get to right there. And would I be able to have them attempt to grapple? Or can I only do the slam attack?
What's the spell that you use to create them? Does that give parameters on what they can do?
Let's see. Animate dead. On each of your turns, you can use a bonus action to mentally command any creature you made with this spell if the creature is within 60 feet of you. Issuing the same command to each one, you decide that action the creature will take and where it will move during its turn. Or you can issue a general command.
Okay, then grapple would be fine.
Okay. So they're going to attempt to, not sneakily, but attempt to kind of just barrel in and drag these guys.
Okay, so have them roll athletics.
Alright. And athletics is based on
Strength.
strength.
So the first one fails, the second one also fails.
Okay. That's all they're going to do, and I'm going to do Toll the Dead on one of the injured drow.
Okay. Right.
So he needs to make a wisdom save.
You need to specify which one, because it makes a difference.
Yeah. This one right there.
Okay. All right, that is a 15?
17.
17. Okay, so he takes the damage.
Yep, which is 3d12. Yeah. 10, 19. Of course, I create a wall and then it goes down to one place. So 19 plus 11, so 30.
Okay. 30 on 3d12.
Yep.
Well done. All right. Anything else from you?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Lafcadio.
So I think I just heard you say that we can move into friendlies, but we just can't end on a friendly spot.
Yeah, you can't end your turn on a friendly space, and enemies take are difficult terrain.
All right. Then I'd like to move up there and then right there to that guy's spot and see if I can throw a net at the big heavy.
Okay.
Since I tried to hide at the beginning of the turn, do I perhaps have advantage on this attack?
Yeah, go ahead.
Great. All right, I'll throw my net. 29 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so he is restrained in my net. I will take my hand crossbow and fire it as a bonus action. Nope, actually, I will hex this guy as my bonus action and give him disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
And is it possible, additionally, that he was surprised at the beginning of his turn?
No.
No. Okay. Well, then I will step away and see what happens.
You've already got a nice big army, and all of that. He and the net and all. Okay, so he's going to try to attack you. He has disadvantage on the attack because he is in the net. Okay, so that is at disadvantage. That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that'll be. Okay. So that will be 7 points of slashing damage and 18 points of poison damage.
And 0. All right, so that's a 27 total.
Yep.
So I need to make a con of 13.
Sorry, 7 plus 18 is 25 total.
25? All right.
Yeah.
And I lose concentration on my hex. Perfect. Wonderful.
Okay. Anything else from you, Lafcadio?
That's it.
Okay. Nos?
So she thought she was being clever by going up to the north and then hiding around the corner, and she was totally gonna like step behind him as he came in so he couldn't run away. But she doesn't know what's up with all these planar goings-ons and all these creatures that are not humanoids and everything. So she's just gonna hear Wampum talking, shouting his revenge, and then she's gonna look over her shoulder and she'd be like, and just curses start flying out of her mouth, and she's just gonna book it towards the action, and she's gonna have to spend her whole turn running and doing nothing but running in order to get anywhere near there.
Okay.
So she'll end up there, and she's gonna try to like look through people's shoulders and stuff and be like, Kivdeen, if you did not have a hand directly in the assault on the Thunderbelly clan, you need to say so right now.
I have nothing to say to filthy little animals like yourself.
Okay, you're evil. You're gonna die outright. My conscience is clear.
Hashtag guiltless.
Yep.
Kale?
Muted.
You're muted.
We forgive you. You can't hear us.
Sorry,
forgive
what?
you.
Okay. I'm going to, as is customary, bang on my shield to cast Toll of Dead as I run away from the main guy who is, that's the one I cast. He has to make the wisdom save.
Okay. That is a 5.
A 5, I get to do damage. Yay! That's not great. That's 20 plus 5, so 25.
Okay.
that have potent cantrips, and then that's it.
All right. That's it for you.
It is it for me.
Okay. So it's the consort's turn. He's going to use his action to cast a spell.
I can't counterspell it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll counterspell it.
Okay. One of the drow that's with him will counterspell your counterspell. Is anyone else going to counterspell either of the spells currently running?
I really want to.
I'll kick him in the knee to counterspell.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what level did you cast your counterspell at, Lafcadio? Because he
Fifth
just
level.
used third. Okay, so 5th level. Right. So he needs to make a save. Not a save, sorry, a check. That's a success. He manages to counterspell your counter. All right. The spell that triggers off is going to be Chain Lightning. And he is picking Wampum as the first target. So, with Chain Lightning, I need Wampum to make a Dexterity saving throw.
That is a 17.
Okay.
Don't you have advantage on those?
Yeah, with the shield thing, right?
Ah, yes, I do. So that would be a 21.
Okay. So, you succeed. You take half damage.
Which is no damage with the shield mastery.
Right. Yep. Okay. Then it'll bounce off of you and hit 3 people within 30 feet of you. And we will pick some of... we'll pick 2 dwarves and Lafcadio. So... I
Makes
need
sense.
dexterity saves from Lafcadio. Okay, the dwarves both fail, but they will use up their Indomitable to reroll. One of them manages to succeed as a result of that.
I got a nat 1, which is 6 total.
Okay.
So those doors ran up and you said they took the dodge action?
Yep. Doesn't
Okay.
give them any benefit to saves, I'm afraid.
I thought they got advantage on dex saves.
No, dodge just means disadvantage on attacks against them.
Okay.
Okay. So, Lafcadio and one of the dwarfs end up taking the full force of 52 points of lightning damage.
I will react. Oh, no, I don't have my reaction. So, whoop-de-doo.
Okay.
Whoop-de-doo.
And the one that succeeded takes half that at 26. Okay.
Can I
Yeah.
can I interrupt you?
Go
I
ahead.
apologize. It just got me thinking. The dodge action actually does say if you can see the attacker, you can make dexterity saving throws with advantage. You lose this benefit if you're incapacitated or if your speed drops to 0. Right here. It's here.
Dodge.
Okay. Need to double check the actual wording on that. Okay. There's a comma there. And if you can see the attacker, and you make dexterity saving throws with advantage. Okay. All right. So you do have the other one does have advantage, which it would succeed on. Okay. So both of the dwarves do succeed. All right. That is him using his action to do that. Now, as a war mage, when he uses his action to cast a spell, he will use his bonus action to make one weapon attack. Blade comes up. Goodbye to the net. That's going to be at disadvantage against the net, a 21 to hit. So the net falls apart.
Just like I
that is him
planned it.
done. Yep. Wampum.
Now that I heard Nos give me the okay to kill him, I will attack the big guy now. So my first attack is going to be, hold on. It's only going to be a 17 to hit him.
Which will miss.
All right, that is one die down. The second attack is a nat 1.
That hits.
You're flanking though, mate.
Yes.
And the third attack is a 19 to hit.
Lafcadio makes a good point. Because of the crowd of people, you would get the flanking advantage.
Okay, so that would be a 27 to hit for 17.
So all three of them would have hit.
Okay, so 15, 17, and a 15, so 47.
Okay.
I'm going to action surge.
Yep.
For a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be 11. A 22 to hit for 15.
It's a hit.
And a nat 20 for 31 to hit for only 14 points of damage.
Okay.
It was really exciting for a second, and then you rolled 1 on the extra damage.
Anything else?
That, actually, the last one, I want him to make me a DC 17 wisdom save.
Yeah.
I am goading him.
Okay. DC 17, you're saying?
Yes.
He fails the save.
So, until the end of my next turn, he has disadvantage on all attacks other than to me.
Okay. Anything else from you, Wampum?
That's it.
Okay. Now the shield wall of dwarves will crowd in a little bit closer. Really packing in, making sure there's no hope of any sort of escape here. And there will actually be a few attacks intermittent with a lot of dodge actions. So that's not very good. That's much better. All right. As a result of crossbow shots that keep impaling one of the Drow, one of them actually falls. That is the warriors done. What would Torbera be doing?
I think Torbera. How high up is this roof?
20 foot high.
So if I were to jump off, that would use up 20 feet of movement.
Yes. Not well. Yes, if you don't want to fall the distance, take the damage and keep going.
Yeah, I mean, you should just take the damage and keep going, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's in on this. She's going to try and run past the shield wall and get up to where that guy just died while she takes that 5 damage.
As her legs buckle underneath the jump, 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. And she has vanished underneath this dude's corpse, token-wise. But she's going to get up there, and then she is going to use the help action. She's going to, like, perform a feint on him with her knife out. She's going to be like, come on, come on! And whoever attacks her next gets advantage. So.
Okay. Well, we have the warriors that are next. Can you what?
Dodge. Bonus action dodge.
All right.
Got it.
So the one warrior that's left is just going to start hacking away at the creatures all around him. So it'll make one attack at disadvantage against one of the dwarves. Okay, which is going to miss. One attack against one that's next to him that isn't at disadvantage, which will hit. Hurting a little bit. Okay. And one at Wampum. That will be a 22 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. Then that ends his turn. All right. All of the clerics are now going to pop off a few minor heals, bring up the dwarves back up to full, and continue attacking with their spiritual weapons. Okay.
Now, are we going to use up the help on those? Because technically it's whoever attacks next.
True. It would have used up the help. So
Okay. So they would also get a d6 added to the roll as well. Because of her inspiring help.
Okay. That makes an extra one manage to hit. Okay, so that guy takes 2 lots of damage. All right. Crowding these guys, overpowering them by numbers is making a huge impact. All right. Taslin.
All right, bonus action. I'm gonna have the zombies attempt to grapple the consort again.
They will fail.
Okay, and then I will toll the dead on the consort.
Okay. Which he succeeds his save.
All right.
Okay. Lafcadio.
I am going to just step up 5 feet, and then putting away my hand crossbow, I'll ignite my whip in green flames and take a swing right above the head of the dwarf in front of me, and hopefully land on the fella behind him or in front of him.
He's going to use his reaction to counterspell your green flame blade.
All right. Then I will just attack. Wait. Oh wait, I can't attack because the attack is part of the spell.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't attack, so I will just take a couple steps back. I'm like, keep it up, guys! You're doing great. And then
okay, Nos.
I saw Lafcadio fighting over the head of that one dwarf, so I'm going to take up that tactic as well. First, though, I'm going to rage. So, strike number 1 at the consort is going to be a 28.
Which will hit.
So that's 19 points of slashing on top of 8 radiant.
Okay.
How's he looking?
Pretty good. Pretty steady.
All right.
He's taking a bit of hit, but he's fine.
Next strike is a 27 to hit.
Okay.
For 13 slashing. Mm-hmm. And then I will go ahead and action surge. Do it 2 more times. It's a 19 and a 19.
Those will both hit.
Great. There's a 12 and an 18.
Okay. Anything else from you, Nos?
I'll back up once. Be right there.
Okay.
Is this okay, Lafcadio?
Mm-hmm. Doing great.
Kale?
I'm going to do firebolt. Firebolt at him. Firebolt him. Firebolt. Huck it at him. That might actually hit. That's 23.
That will hit. Yep.
Yay! I'm doing damage, guys. Oh my God,
so
where are
effective.
my friends? Oh, that's a 12. God. This is, oh my goodness, 23 fire damage. Oh no, wait, yeah, no, that's
on
not
3d10.
Yeah, I rolled 2 10s and a 3.
All right, well done. Okay.
Yeah.
Now he is looking quite hurt.
Good. I'll back up some more. I'm gonna go around the side of this building here, just like that.
Okay. All right. On his turn, he's going to begin muttering an incantation to cast another spell.
I will counterspell at level 3.
And he will counterspell your counterspell himself.
Gotcha.
I'll counterspell his counterspell at 5th.
Ooh.
And his
Oh.
companion will counterspell your counterspell
I want to counterspell
at
too.
3rd.
Wait, do any of our clerics have counterspell?
Nope.
No.
Nope, I didn't give them counterspell. All right, so what we have is a Drow Elite Warrior who is going to try to counterspell yours. He cast it at 3rd. What level was Lefcardio's counterspell?
All my spells are 5th, so 5th.
Okay, so 5th. All right, so DC 15, check. That is a success. He rolled a 19 on the die, so he manages to counter yours, which stops the counter from his counter, which was a counter against your counter. So what level was your counter?
Mine was just level 3.
Okay, so he successfully countered your counter. As he finishes incanting and casting the spell, he puts an arm around the drow next to him, gives you all a wink, and disappears in a cloud of dust.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see what spell he used?
You don't need to. It's clear that was a dimension door.
Ah.
He's somewhere within 500 feet of here. Wampum, what are you doing?
I am going to yell everybody that he's close. Find him.
Okay. So all of the dwarves start fanning out. In their 4 groups, they'll split off in all 4 directions. 500 as quickly as they can outside. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm up and out. I'm also looking for him.
Okay.
Flying.
I will. Let me see. I will go south.
I'm gonna go east with my 4 zomboys.
Okay.
To
So-
there.
Is there any of like his blood on the ground?
There
Or
is, actually.
pieces of body?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit
Yeah.
of his blood.
All right, I want to get some of that and smear it on my crystal ball and try and scry him
Okay.
in the hopes that that will modify his save by -10.
He rolls a 4 on the
Right.
die. Gets a +2, but then a -10 on top of that. So
I think scrying takes a while to
a
cast.
minute, right?
Oh, it takes 10 minutes. Shit, yeah.
Oh, 10 minutes.
Well,
Good point.
then, never mind. That's my bad.
Okay. All right. So everyone that's fanning out to try and find this guy, roll some skill check that you would use to try and find him.
Okay. What do we got? I guess perception, right?
21 for investigation.
And how are you using your investigation skill to find him?
I am going to be looking for any doors or any signs of hurry, blood splatters on the ground. Or would that be more perception? Kind of like in a tracking, looking for any signs of people moving quickly.
That's more perception.
Okay. Then.
Perception is your ability to be able to see stuff. Intelligence, investigation is your ability to be able to understand stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep. So I will roll perception then.
Nos, what are you doing to try and find him?
Perception, but I rolled a 4 originally, and if it's cool with you, I'd like to spend a luck, and then if I were to spend that luck, I rolled a 19 after that.
That's cool by me to spend that luck.
Cool.
All right. So 19. Lafcardium, what are you doing?
Nos, are you flying? Are you?
Oh yeah.
All right. So if I see you take off, I'm gonna say, "Take me with!" and I'll put my hands up. And I will also be just perceiving, and my perception was a 6.
Okay. All All right. Who else do we have? Wampum, did you
my
try
perception
looking for?
was a 9.
Okay. All right.
Torbera's is a 13. It's a 16 passive, and then I was gonna try and make an appeal for investigation.
Well, actually, my passive perception is a 22.
Yeah. What's your appeal for investigation?
So, I guess I would go out and I'd look for, like Tasman was saying, like you look for any signs of like blood splatter, but also you just kind of look at the people, and you look around and try and find some people that look startled or like they just saw something that is new or weird or something like that, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if that's any better.
Would you be engaging with these individuals?
I wouldn't be talking to them so much as just kind of observing them and seeing if like they're acting like weird. You know what I mean? Like they're just acting like they just saw something, like their heads are turned, or they just did a double take, or they heard a weird noise. I guess this is still all perception stuff.
Sounds all like perception.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Here I go with perception.
I have a 23 for the perception.
Yeah, I'll just straight.
Okay.
I got a 20.
Okay. All right. We're gonna find out who finds the Drow consort after our short break. So join us back in a little while once we've finished a quick break, grab a drink, and be back for the second half of this episode of Half Rate Heroes.
Come on back, guys.
Welcome back, everyone, after the break. Thanks for sticking with us. So, this Drow consort, this skilled spellcaster and combatant, was finding himself overpowered by the sheer numbers of people throwing at him. He managed to do a lot of damage, but in the one turn that he was given, but the sheer amount of people around him just kept causing more. He couldn't keep up with that. So, decided to Dimension Door. Went north. Nos Lafcadio, who also took off north, then went looking and managed to spot him. Struggling. He's actually heavily injured at this point, and he's practically being carried by the Drow elite warrior that's with him. Now, you've had to move up at least 500 feet, which does mean everyone else that's gone the other ways are effectively not in this combat scenario. You guys would have moved a little bit quicker than the dwarves. So the dwarves that also went north will be following you soon, along with Torbera. Anything you would do as you find him?
You want to do the thing? Can we do the thing?
What's the thing?
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right. So this is what's gonna happen. Nas is gonna see him, and then she's gonna get really excited, and then she's just gonna her glaive is very precious to her. No way in the world would she throw that. But hey, Slim Kitty's here, so she's gonna grab Lafcadio and she's gonna chuck him at full speed at the Drow.
And what I'd like to do is seconds or just before impact, use my reaction to use my Tomb of Levistus to turn into a huge iceberg that drops on him.
So, what is the trigger for Tomb of Levistus?
Oh, that's a good point. It might have to be damage.
I can do that.
As a reaction, when you take damage, you entomb yourself in ice, which melts away at the end of your next turn, gaining 110 temporary hit points. After you take the damage, you gain vulnerability to fire damage. Your speed is reduced to 0, and you are incapacitated. We could consider the damage you take to be that which you take when you collide with him, and then you turn to ice instantly at that point. How high were you when you threw him?
That is the million-dollar question.
You need to be, high enough to do damage, but low enough to, stay accurate.
Well, Nos wouldn't have intentionally gone very high because the higher she goes, the farther away she'd be going from the Drow, which are on the ground somewhere. So I'm sure she'd stay as close to the ground as she could, but still be high enough so where she could see between the streets. So
40, 50 feet?
Sure. 30 even, I think, would do.
To stay above all the buildings, we'll go up to 50.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So then you throw Lafcadio to give him a little bit of an extra oomph of speed, and he starts diving, picking up speed as best as he can. I'm going to add an extra 10 foot worth of speed on that. Now, you're going to need to be pretty good at targeting. So which of your skills are going to be required to help you with your targeting, Nos?
Mine, I was going to go for athletics and do this like a shot put.
Okay. Roll on athletics.
Does anybody got the Daddy Shark music?
18. All right. With her 18 throwing you forward, Lafcadio, what are you going to do to make sure you hit the right target?
I will contort my body and, just tense up all the muscles and make sure I stay as compact and as aerodynamic as possible. I think this is kind of like an acrobatics type thing.
Okay. Roll acrobatics.
12.
You do hit into him.
Yes!
All right. So my Tomb of Vistus is as a reaction to taking damage, I suddenly turn into a big frozen chunk. The idea is that the ice absorbs any of the damage I'm receiving. So I gain 110 temporary hit points. And then any damage I'm taking comes from that. And then the rest of the turn, I'm kind of worthless, and I'm vulnerable to fire.
So you do take 23 points of damage, as does he. And it knocks him prone, you're prone, in a block of ice next to him. There's just the 5 of you, because Torbera is going to be coming in soon. Where is Torbera? Where's her token? Up there. I got her. Come on, Torbera. Catch up. All right. A little bit slow on the passage because she can't fly or get thrown by a hobgoblin. But what does Torbera do?
So is that where she is, right? Like all the way away?
Let's put her more over here. So, because she's got to go through the actual passageways unless she can fly.
Right. Okay, so there's a ladder right here.
Yep.
So she will get up to the top of this building. And she's only got 5 feet of movement left. So, okay, she'll get on the stairs. Screw it. Can she see the guy?
Now she can see him, prone on the ground.
All right. She'll take 2 shots at him, I guess.
Okay, as he's prone, she's at disadvantage.
Then I will be at disadvantage. Excuse me. Pardon me. You know what, actually? I'm going
What's up?
to... We're still doing initiative order, right?
We are.
And Lafcadio's going to be...
Next.
But he's... like incapacitated or something, right? Like...
Yeah.
He's vulnerable to fire.
Until the end of his next turn.
Okay. She's going to dash and jump off this roof. Down to there. Gosh. And she's gonna kind of get in here, and that guy's already prone, so she's going to try and grapple him to hold him down.
Okay.
So...
How does she have the action economy for all of that?
She bonus action
Dashed.
dash.
Oh, bonus action dash. Okay. Does she beat 27?
She doesn't, but I just read her thing, and she can't bonus action dash anyway. She can dodge, disengage, or hide or help.
There we go.
So she will just regular action dash to there, and then, I don't know, help. She will try and distract him. She'll, like, rub her hands over the dude's face.
Okay. So, advantage on the next attack against him. Lafcadio,
Yep.
you end your turn no longer incapacitated, but you are still on the floor. Okay. This guy is quite the capable spellcaster. I'm wondering if he knows. Yeah. Given the opportunity, he will cast a spell. That spell will be a Burning Hands. First level spell, but he's actually going to upcast it at 5th level.
Well, just if you're making that decision because he would believe that he knows that I'm vulnerable to fire, he would then know that I'm not vulnerable to fire after the ice melts, which happened at the end of my turn. So just throwing that out there.
True. But I imagine his strategies all... like, he doesn't think of his turn on his turn. He thinks of his turn prior to his turn starting, effectively. He sees you in the ice. He's going to start readying fire. You no longer become vulnerable to it, but he's still going to use the fire spells. Okay?
Got it.
So I'm upcasting this Burning Hands at 5th level. It will be targeted at both the currently prone Lafcadio and the dwarf right in front. So I need both of you to roll dexterity saving throws.
17.
I also got a 17.
All right. And that is both of you failing then.
Great.
And both of you would take 7d6 of fire damage. 32 points of fire damage.
Because
I am unconscious.
oh boy,
Okay.
because she has evasion, Probera takes half, so that would be 16.
Okay. That will be him casting Burning Hands as his action. He'll use his bonus action to make a scimitar attack against Torbera. That is a 28 to hit.
Yeah, it hits. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So that'll be D8 plus. Okay, so that is 10 points of piercing and 17 points of poison.
Which is halved because she is a dwarf and has resistance.
So the 17 poison becomes 8 poison plus 10 piercing.
Got it.
Okay.
She's fine.
All right. Now, in addition, the target has disadvantage on the next saving throw it makes against the spell the drow casts before the end of the drow's next turn.
Okie dokie.
He will then move, which will provoke an attack of opportunity should she desire to take one.
Okay. Was he was prone just now, right?
Yep. So he only gets 15 foot away.
Yeah, can she help herself?
The next attack against her would have advantage regardless of who does it, I think.
Seems weird.
It does.
But however you want it to go, man.
I'll allow it now and then I'll double check later.
Well, I mean, like, I would rather Nos get the advantage. Is what I
Then
prefer.
fine.
But, okay.
Go with it.
So just regular. No. Nope. Not at all. No.
Okay. Nos.
So the last 6 seconds has not gone the way that I had imagined it, so I am going to rage, and I'm going to descend on this guy, and I'm going to attempt to destroy him.
Okay. Go for it.
It's a 30 with the advantage.
Yep. Absolutely. That is a natural 20. No, it's
Okay,
it's
it's
a nat
19.
19. But
Yeah, so we don't
it's
roll
still
for
a crit.
the... Yeah.
It's still crit.
So that's 16 plus 9 slashing.
And you also get a d6. You can, if you don't use the d6 that you get for the attack roll, you can use it for the damage.
Really?
Yeah.
So that d6 would then be doubled.
Yep.
As would your Divine Fury.
Yes. I'm so mad. So that's a 3 for the 2d6, unfortunately. And then I got a 6 and a 7 for the Radiant.
Golly.
Is he dead yet?
His scimitar falls to the ground. He trips, falls. Blood everywhere. He is close to death.
Any last words?
For the glory and honor.
I cut his head off before. Oh, that's not 20! That's real 20! In the face!
Alright, so as you slide his head from his shoulders, let's find out what the little glaive of wonder does. Go ahead and roll that D100.
I hope it totally makes everything I'm doing so uncool. 84.
84. Okay. So, you go invisible.
Oh, perfect.
So the moment his head separates from his shoulders, you disappear. The head flies across the corridor that you're in. Anything else from you, Nos?
Is Lafcadio
Unconscious.
uniced?
Uniced.
Can you get to him? Can you touch him? Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Oh, yes. I mean, there's a Drow warrior right above him right now that will probably swing.
At Lafcadio?
At Lafcadio.
Not me?
Lafcadio's on the floor.
Yeah, but I'm the one that's immediately threatening him. Oh well. Okay, I'll impose myself in between this guy and Lafcadio.
Okay. So you're going to try and draw his attention. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Yeah.
Or persuasion.
You are invisible.
True. You disappeared from view.
Okay, so I'll just impose myself and he won't know that I'm there, so he'll strike me instead and he won't know it.
Okay. Alright, fair enough. He will then go to attack Lafcadio and instead end up swinging at you. Because he doesn't notice you there, I'm going to have him roll for disadvantage on that attack. At disadvantage, that is a 19 to hit you.
That'll hit.
Okay. So, that will be 8 points of slashing damage. You're raging, so halved down to 4. Plus, then, some poison. Where is my... Plus 16 points of poison damage, which you're not resistant to, right? Okay. So seeing that he hit something that is not him, the target he went for, he's going to try it again. Again, at disadvantage because he can't see you. That is only going to be a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. Then that ends his turn. Torbera, what do you do? This guy is also almost as equally weakened.
She will... I mean, Lafcadio's... What, he's making death saves right now?
As soon as it's his turn, yes.
Alright, so she's going to try and stabilize him after seeing, like, whatever the hell just happened with him. She'll assume Nos is going to help. I don't know. She saw the Hobgoblin jumped in and slaughtered the main guy. So.
Yeah, when she got hit that just now, some blood came out of thin air and started dripping on the ground.
Alright, so yeah, I mean, she'll try and just heal. Lafcadio will probably she'll try and make a medicine check, I guess, to stabilize him.
Stabilize him? Yep.
Yeah.
Roll a medicine check.
I rolled a 6 plus... Oh, I get to add my stuff. Medicine is... Wisdom. Medicine is wisdom, so she gets to add 2, so that's 7, 8, and then she adds half her proficiency bonus because she's a jack of many trades. So that's 10.
That succeeds.
Close.
There you go. Lafcadio is now stabilized. Anything else from Torbera?
Bonus action dodge. Or no,
Okay.
bonus action help.
All right. Lafcadio is unconscious but stable. Nos.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna destroy this guy.
Yeah, get him.
It's a 23.
Okay. As you hit him, you'll become visible. That'll hit and that'll hurt. He's down to one knee.
Okay,
There's D6.
thanks. So it's 12 slashing on top of 7 radiant, and then 3 for his d6. And then again, if he's not dead.
Still alive.
So 22,
Will hit, and that's going to kill him.
14.
All right. As your blade slices up the last of these drow, the dwarves will finally catch up with you. Oh. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna pick up Lafcadio, and because it's so hot here and she's bleeding and she's covered in blood, she's got smoke sizzles coming up off of her where the blood is evaporating. She's just very stoically walking back towards the dwarves. Dwarf chick, grab the heads.
She just grunts and goes to do it. Just chopping. You said grab the heads, right? That was
Yeah.
the thing you just...
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So yep.
Good job.
Mm.
I'll go get everybody else.
Yeah, I'm assuming everybody else shows up.
Yeah, everyone else gets there.
Gotcha. All right. I don't have any good heals prepared, actually. Hey, Lafcadio. You all right? Oh, that's right. He's unconscious. I will healing word him at 4th level, I guess. Why not? Screw it. I got slots. I got slots all day. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 5, 14 health for Lafcadio.
14?
Say, yep. Wake up! That's the word.
Okay. Everyone else will be arriving at about the same time. Right.
I'm still being carried by Nos.
Unless you want me to put you down.
No, I pet Nos's face.
All
Thanks,
right.
mate.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. You just keep carrying me. I'm fine. Thanks.
Yep.
That did not go. None of that went well.
No, it didn't. But that was really awesome when I threw you and then you turned into the big ice cube. That was really cool.
You know, I'll probably not do that one again.
Well, I mean, you know, if you're feeling better, maybe.
Torbera walks up and then drops the 2 heads at your guys' feet and says, "It be looking like it went pretty well to me."
So what's the plan now, guys?
Mate,
We're going to finish the job, right?
Where's Wampum? Is he still out there?
Should be catching up with you.
Yeah.
Once the dwarves figured out it had been found, they'd have gone looking for each other and found everyone, and you would all be together now.
Leave it to me, girl. I knew you'd find him.
As straight up teamwork.
Well, let me have these heads.
This one here did a whole third of the work, by the way.
That'd be a good dwarf right there.
That is quite impressive.
And I'm going to tie the heads by their hair to my belt.
All right. Those heads are dripping blood.
That's all right.
You're okay with drow blood dripping down the side of your leg?
That's all right.
Okay.
I could really use a breather before we try to breach this compound. Can we crash at your mate's place again?
I'm sure. So, let's go crash for an hour. You need
Is that all you spend is an hour?
That's what we gotta do.
How long do you need?
An hour would be delightful.
All right, so we will crash for an hour.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Spending an hour inside the hovel inside the ruined blacksmith's shop, you'll be able to gain the benefits of a full short rest, I should say. So feel free to expend any hit dice you feel necessary and get back anything that you refresh on a short rest. You will notice with your passives that now 2 hours after you initially made that deal with the Ifrit, the Drow are a little bit more active. The compound looks a little bit more active as the missing consort is now noticed.
He just went.
There are patrols that are walking the streets.
He's on vacation. Just don't worry about it.
He's in question.
That's 21. Do no more.
So, over the course of this rest, Tazlin will approach Wampum with his spellbook, and he's just going to kind of open it and point to what spells he has left that he could potentially cast. And he just goes, Wampum, I have one very powerful spell left.
Okay.
Then several spells that, quite frankly, won't do much in regards to killing and slaying at a large group of enemies. And then I have several minor spells, such as invisibility. But I am feeling somewhat expended with my spells left. If we are to engage the Matron Mother, just know I won't be able to dispel or counterspell any magics she may throw at us more than once.
Oh, that be not good news.
After that rest, I am feeling quite rejuvenated with respect to my spell power. So I am able to counterspell, but as we saw in this encounter, if they have anyone else capable of doing the same thing, it'll be for naught, most likely.
I did see that. And we'd be walking into a hornet's nest of Drow. Well, we come this far. Let's I say we finish this job. Any nays?
I think I got one really good fight left in me for the day.
Well, let's use it up.
All right.
So we'll go towards the Afridi, the one that
Yep.
said that he can get us through the wall.
And he will meet you just away from the compound. Are you ready?
Lead on.
Okay.
Anyone who lost their 10 pin points, that's refreshed after the short rest.
That's just the party plus Torbera, right?
Correct.
Yep. Okay. So he gathers you around to the backside of the compound. It is a large structure, which appears to be a big sandstone buildings, similar to those that we've been fighting around already, except with lots of these smaller huts piled on top of one another. And he gets you to go into one of the huts and up a ladder through a chute that goes into another one, and then down a hole into the one that was behind that, and you keep going through a puzzle, as it were, of these small blocks of houses. Once everyone is inside the last house, he pats the side of the wall. This is the main hall of the compound. Are you ready?
Wampum will look back to
Hoorah!
and everybody else, and he'll wink and say, "Open it."
Okay. And he'll slap the wall. It'll start melding and separating and opening up a passageway. The inside immediately hits you all with an incredible wave of heat. Heat that you weren't feeling outside, even though you were on the elemental plane of fire. Being in the city of Brass, you have some protections. Those protections are lessened here. You're not going to be in any danger of exhaustion or anything. No need for the rings of resistance just yet, but it is still a very hot space.
So Tazlin will take this moment to cast invisibility on himself. He's going to pull out some gum Arabic. And poof, invisible. For an hour. Not greater invisibility, just regular invisibility.
Right. You animate zombies. Concentration?
Yes. I don't believe so. No. I just have to cast it within 24 hours again to resume control.
Alright. So, you guys then lead through this hole into this hallway. The red stone is quite cool in comparison to the lava flows all around, bubbling away, sizzling. The air is almost spicy all around you. Everything is lit up by this flame and by additional continual flame spells all over this space. The ceiling of this entire compound is covered in a thick web-like mesh that just blocks any sort of view of what might be the ceiling above you. Ahead of you, the tunnel passes forward towards a large forge where you can see a number of drow already ready there, and it cuts away. They see you coming and pouring through the hole. You see them straight away. We're going to roll for initiative again.
Oops. Oh, yeah.
I got an 18.
All right.
11 for me.
All right. I have 25 for Wampum, 18 for Lafcadio, 22 for Nos, Tazlin for an 11. Kale, what did you roll?
Kale got 27.
27.
And Torbera got 19.
Okay. It's pretty decent initiative there. Okay. The whole compound is on high alert. That's pretty clear. Let me roll for the dwarves, who are all back up at full health by now as well, because they were able to heal up. Okay. Not that great.
Jeez, I gotta go first.
Okay, I think that is everyone. If you are missing from the turn order, I do apologize, but top of the round, Kale, what do you do?
I realize I made a mistake by being this far up in front and move back. Ew, God. There's zombies back there, though.
Gross.
Yuck. But yeah, I'll move back to here real quick, and then move back a little bit farther, just a little. And then I'm going to cast Confusion in the middle of that stuff. Get out my Waka Nuts and hit these 4 front guys, I guess. Or, I'm going to hit the 2 guys in back. Yeah, I'm going to hit the 2 dudes in back and then these 2 guys.
For confusion?
Yeah. So that's it's some sort of save, It's a wisdom save.
Okay. They all make some sort of save.
Good.
All right. So you were targeting the 2 guys at the back, or were you targeting more than just that? Sorry.
The 2 guys in the back and the 2 guys in the middle, I guess, if I can.
All right. So I have a 14, a 15, a 19, and an 18.
So anybody below a 17 failed, so I think it was like 1.
Okay. All right. So the 2 at the back succeeded. The 2 in front of them failed.
Ooh, wait. It says each creature. I thought it was just 4. I can hit all of them, actually. That's my bad.
Okay.
I thought I could just hit 4.
All right. That is a 14 and a 19. So
cool.
One of those at the front fails. One of them succeeds.
Great.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. I'm going to mark off those that are confused. 2 reminders. Wampum, what are you going to do?
Wampum is going to move up. Is it easy to cross over this lava ditch in the middle?
Yes, it is.
I'll just do one, man. I'll go to 25 there. And I will throw at this one.
Okay.
So the first attack is going to be a nat 20.
You did it.
Of course it is. All right.
For 18 points of damage.
That's going to hurt.
The second attack is going to be a 29 for 11 points of damage.
All right.
And final and third attack is a 23 for 10 points of damage.
Another hit. All right. Anything else from you, Wampum?
And I'm just showing off the what's dangling on the hip.
Fair enough. Nos.
I'm gonna take a deep breath. This is going to hurt. And then I'm gonna run forward and engage.
Okay.
First strike. Nope. That's not correct. Okay. Take whichever you want there. The first one was my macro with rage, which is why I rolled it again. And
But
I don't.
the
Oh, yeah,
second
that
one was the half,
yeah.
right? I mean, in all essence, the actual dice roll is identical.
Okay.
So I would take the first one.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So 17.
All right.
The slashing. There you go. Sorry. This is unusual
Sorry.
for me.
So the first one to hit was a 13 to hit. Was there a reason why it was a 29?
Huh? No, this wasn't a 29.
Right. So the first one was a
13.
was a 13 to hit, which missed.
Okay. All right.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So that missed. Okay.
Then you made a second attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that would have been the Glaive of Wonder again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that one was the crit. So that hits for... Is that 27 then for that?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we'll do for that. We'll do that. So 27 points damage. And it was a natural 20, so roll a d100 for the Wonder.
Sorry about this. It's not often that I am fighting with that rage. I think last time we were like way back in the Shadowfell for the first time.
That's okay.
Won't happen again. Now you're
No,
47.
I mean, it all works out to be the same sort of thing. Okay, so 47. A cloud of 600 oversized butterflies fills a 30-foot radius centered on the target. The area becomes heavily obscured. The butterflies remain for 10 minutes. The entire area suddenly becomes heavily obscured by the presence of butterflies.
Is this a pigeon?
Memes.
Right. I don't have a big ringed amount of butterflies, but I do have a big ring of bubbles. So, 60-foot radius.
30-foot radius.
30-foot radius, was it?
Right? I might be right.
30-foot radius, yes.
Okay. Ooh, 60's a lot.
It's still going to fill in the vast majority of this area, making it heavily obscured.
Yep.
Okay. Right, it's a little bit smaller. Anything else from you, Nos?
I would. Let's see. Did I do all 3 attacks? The 2. And
So now you're using your bonus action to make the half attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which you rolled as a natural 20. You won't get the rage damage on top of it.
Right.
But go ahead and roll just the normal damage without the rage.
Okay, so take 2 off of those.
Okay. Take 2 off of it just once, then. Yeah. So 15, so 13. That will kill the guy and roll another D100 as that's another natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
17.
Okay. 17. You cast Gust of Wind. So all these butterflies suddenly appear. You swing your glaive one last time. They all get thrust against the wall by this gust of wind, killing all of these innocent little butterflies as they twitch their wings away. I'm going to say the gust of wind cancels out the heavily obscured.
How much XP for that?
Flies.
Okay.
You lose.
I don't know what just happened.
Okay. But in the midst of it, you see that the drow that you were attacking has fallen. Anything else from you, Nos?
Stand there and look very confused.
Okay. What's
Does
Fulbera going
Gust
to do?
of wind affect the other drow?
It would, or it might. Would you like me to go
Not-
into it right now? I'd prefer not to.
Well, it depends, because if you're playing the field as it is, it could blow them back into the lava, and that could make a lot of difference
All right.
in the fight.
So let me pull up the stuff for Gust of Wind. I can't
Depends
remember
how
exactly
gusty
what
it
it
is.
does.
I think he can move them. Strength check, and they move 15 feet.
All right. A line of strong wind, 60-foot long, 10-foot wide, blasts from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration, which is a minute. Each creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw, be pushed back 15 feet from you in the direction following the line. So where is the line pointing, Nos?
Right in front. So if I was,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
She goes that.
On the beginning of their turn, they'll make the saves. Right.
Okay.
Tolbera.
Vera is gonna move up to behind this pillar, and then she's going to take 2 shots at the guys that are higher up because they look fancy. Do they look fancy? Their token looks fancier. Do they actually
They
look
do.
like?
They're definitely spellcasters.
Yeah, she's pretty smart. She's gonna take 2 shots at the top guy, the top fancy guy. That's 2 nat 20. No way. Hold on. You see that? See that crap? Is it?
I think I can see it. It looks a little
Wow.
out of focus. So many pixels. Well
I rolled
done,
2
well
nat
done.
20s at the same time.
Bear is
Alright,
a crack shot.
Yeah.
Damn. So that's gonna be 4d6s from her short bow. That's perfectly average. That's 12 plus 6 damage will be 18.
Okay.
And then she will bonus action dodge. Get ready to get. Come on,
Okay.
counterattack.
Piggy with it.
What does left cardio do?
He is going to cast Synaptic Static in this general area over here.
Okay. What does that do for us, Cal?
They need
Left
to make
cardio.
intelligence saves of 18.
All right, and how many of them end up doing that? It's 20-foot radius sphere.
Yeah, sure, should be able to get them all.
Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 2 mages succeed. A failure from 2 of the confused. And the last succeeds. Okay. So these 2 are also synaptic.
Failures take 19 points of psychic damage. The succeeders take 9 points of psychic damage. Yeah, and the ones who failed also take penalties when they make attack rolls.
Yep.
I rolled terrible for that damage. But, I think I will end my turn right there.
Okay. The fact that these guys are taking damage, does that affect the confusion that they are under in any way?
I don't believe it does.
Okay.
Take the action, blah, blah, blah. Nope, just at the end of its turn it makes a saving throw.
Okay. So we do have one Drow mage that is inside the gust at the start of his turn. He has to make a strength saving throw, which ends up being an 8, which means he is going backwards. He gets pushed back 15 feet in that direction.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Come on. Tabs. So many.
Tabs.
Yips.
Come on. Okay. So he gets pushed back 15 feet, which will hit him up against the wall. He will start to burn. Okay. Taking a little bit of damage. He is going to sidestep out of the way of that to get out of the gust. And he will cast a spell.
Can I Arcana check to see what he's doing?
Yeah.
That's a 14.
Okay. Doesn't matter what he does because you're over 60 foot away from him.
Yep. I just wanted to know what spell he was doing.
Fair enough. Casting Witch Bolt.
Ah.
Okay. And the Witch Bolt is going towards someone within 30 feet of him, which happens to be, I believe, Nos. She should be. Yeah. Just 30 foot.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. Good. I mean, he would have moved into 30 feet. All right. So, launching the Witch Bolt at you. That is a +6 to hit. That is a 16.
That'll miss.
That'll miss. All right. That will end him. The other one shall walk past and actually get right up close to you. Whereupon he's going to cast a spell.
What, can I poke him since he's so close?
Yes, you can.
Thanks. Use the right button this time. A 19?
Yes, that will hit.
That's 13 slashing.
Okay. Really hurts him. All right, so he is casting a spell, and he is actually just going to... It's Thunder Wave from his position, so I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Oh man. Do I use my last luck? No, you know what? I'm gonna use saving base instead, and let's go 14. See if that
14.
See if that works.
Again, against this guy, 14 is the DC. All right. So you stand your ground. You stand your ground. You will, however, take 8 points of thunder damage, but you will stand your ground. Well done. All right, that's them done. Taslin.
Yeah, I'm gonna Toll the Dead, the guy that just cast Thunderwave, right there. Seeing that he got poked, Wisdom saving throw.
Which he fails.
Haha! 3d12.
Die from this. Blood.
13 damage.
Ouch!
Not much.
Still enough to kill.
Yeah! And then bonus action, I will tell my zombies to start marching forward. So they're all going to move 20 feet forward. The last march of the zomboys.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right, we have all the warriors.
Wampa's
Yeah.
going to yell, secure the hallway north.
Okay, so they'll all just kind of dash past you as best as they can. Not all of them will be able to get up that far, so the rest will just pile in behind. So many of them.
Boy, I hope nobody knows, like, fireball or...
All right. Anything else from... well, that's them. All right. We have the elite warriors. Now, all three of them are confused. So what happens to them, Kale, now that they're confused?
They have to roll a d10 at the beginning of their turn to determine what they will do.
Okay. So, first one. Rolls a 7.
7. The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach.
Okay.
If there is no creature within its reach, creature does nothing.
It misses its companion. Next one.
Nice try, though.
Rolls a 3.
3. The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Okay. And the third, the not synaptic, rolls a 2.
The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn. Same
Okay.
thing.
Same. You do, Kale.
I'm sorry, you cut out for a moment there.
That's it for them. Kale.
Okay. They can make their wisdom saves at the end of each of their turns to not be confused anymore, also.
That's an 11, a 12, and an 11 against that, and then the synaptic static they get to save against as well. That's a 12 and a 9. Okay.
Nope.
All right.
All right. I will. I'm gonna stay where I am right for now, and then I'm going to chuck a firebolt. I think. I mean, is this dude the spellcaster behind cover or something?
Not really. No.
Then I'm going
Limited.
to throw a firebolt at him.
Okay.
That's what's it? Plus 9, 16.
That will hit him.
Oh, goody thing. Get 3 of these. I rolled a 1, and a 5. So that's a big 7 plus 5. So it's 12. No, it's not plus 5 because that's not a cleric cantrip. So it's just 7.
Okay. All right. Take 7 points of damage. Anything else?
Nope, got him. I contributed.
All right, Wampum, what do you do?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I am going to throw at that mage.
Okay.
4 on that 20.
Seriously,
And
what the
I
hell?
want another 1. 17 points of damage.
Okay.
Second throw is a 22 for 11.
That will finish this guy off.
And then when the axe comes back to me, I'm going to catch it and swing at the guy right in front of me for a 16 for 17 points of damage.
That will miss.
Okay.
Darn.
All right.
And I am done.
Okay. Nos, what would you like to do?
I will stand over this body. This body. And then I will attack the same one that Wampum was just attacking.
Okay.
21.
That's going to hit the one that that Wampum was just attacking.
15 points of damage.
Okay.
Then again, with a 17 hit.
The 17 will miss. Yeah, 17 will miss.
Okay. Last half attack. That's 20.
That will hit.
Okay. So 10 slashing on that. And I'll stay here.
Okay. Before Torbera gets to act, something weird and special begins to happen. At initiative count 20, the whole place begins to flare. Heat rises as a tidal wave of lava comes up to crash down on the walkway. Right, 30 foot long, 10 foot wide. Hey, look at that. We have 30 foot long, 10 foot wide. And I believe that will also, it won't include Kale, but it will include Lafcadio. Sorry there.
Will it include Taslin?
From the back, dwarf, just about. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. Taslin, I'll give you advantage because you're barely in it.
Okay.
On a failed save, the creature takes 4d8 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't knocked prone.
18.
Okay.
That is... I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, with advantage, you rolled an 8.
Yeah. It was a
Why is it
2
you
and
roll
a
terribly
5.
when I don't roll that much damage? But
I don't know.
all right. Okay. So you will take 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Lafcadio will not take that much. He will take half at 11. Taslin, you are knocked prone as a result.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I rolled... Yeah, what's up?
Was that bludgeoning damage or fire damage?
It's...
That's a good question.
Because I have a ring of fire resistance, that's why.
Same.
Yeah, it's technically the tidal wave spell using lava instead of water. And so the spell is bludgeoning, so I'm going to go with bludgeoning.
Got it.
Maybe it crusts over for a second before it hits into you. All right. It's warm, but doesn't burn. All right. So 22 points of fire damage. Not fire. Bludgeoning damage to Taslin. 11 to Lafcadio. Most of the clerical dwarves take the full 22, while the others take half. Okay. All right. That was a lair action. All right. Tolbera.
Vera is going to take 2 shots at the topmost warrior guy. They are both exactly the same. And they are... What do I have? Plus... God dang, I should memorize this. Plus 7. So they're 16s.
Both missing.
Great. And then she will, I guess, move up to next to the zombie, but still trying to stay behind that pillar and bonus action dodge.
Okay.
Tactically. That's it.
Lafcadio.
Lafcadio, I'm gonna run up next to Wampum using my feline agility to double my speed. So when I get there, I will then lash out twice with my whip.
Okay.
It's 13 to hit and 21 to hit.
So the first whip cracks and misses. The second one will hit.
It's
And I
9.
Never mind. I was going to say that I have to make a concentration check on invisibility.
It's 9 slashing damage for the whip.
Yep. It hurts.
And then
Anything
I'll
else?
pull out my hand crossbow and take a shot as a bonus action. 26 to hit for 7
That'll hit. All right. How many bolts you got left?
Let's see. I had 60. So let's see.
Okay.
Well,
Plenty
62.
then.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Just making sure it's still being tracked. All right. That will hit and it'll hurt. He's not quite dead yet.
That's me done.
Okay. Taslin, did you succeed on your save against concentration?
Yeah, I got a 16. I
Okay.
believe that should.
All right. So what would you like to do?
All
You're
right,
prone.
so I'm prone, so I'm gonna get up, and then I can still make an action, correct?
Yeah.
And move half my movement.
Mhm.
I'll move 15 feet forward. And I'm gonna try and get right on. Oh, I'm grabbing Tobera. I'm gonna try and get like right there, and zomboids are just gonna move up.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray at.
Okay.
Second
That
level.
is a big crowd of people. The
Yeah.
zombies are not
yeah,
going to be
I'll
able
move
to end their turn there.
Yeah, I'll move them right here behind
Okay.
the crowd.
Much better.
And then, Scorching Ray at second level.
Okay.
And I'll be targeting this guy right there. A 14, a 15, and a 18.
The 18 will hit.
Alright. And that is for 2d6 damage. For 8 damage.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Then the dwarves, eager not to be caught in the flames anymore. They're going to spread out a little bit more as they move forward. They will indicate to you once they've gone up this corridor. There are more up here. What should we do, sir?
Kill him.
Hey. Slight problem. There's no walkway between us and them.
Then keep going.
All right. They'll keep marching away. Well, I gotta hurry up and do them because the drow. All right. These that were knocked prone won't be able to get as far, but they will continue to follow the orders that they received. Don't know what happened, sir. The lava just decided to attack us.
It be Drow magic.
I have some confused drow.
Did those Drow take damage from that synaptic stuff?
They don't
first
take
time.
damage every turn. They took damage the original time,
Oh.
yes. Yeah. So the first confused one rolls a 9.
9. You can act and move normally.
Aha! He is synaptic, so he gets a minus d6 on what he's about to do. But what he's about to do is stupid, most likely. He's going to try to grapple Nos. So I need Nos to roll an athletics check
Okay.
or acrobatics.
I don't get advantage right now, so this is the time to do it. I mean, I
True.
guess.
You're not
16.
raging. Okay. With the synaptic static, he gets a minus 2. So that's a fail. He's going to try it again.
Okay.
That's a nat 1 on the d20. And a 6 on the d6. Okay.
24. Yeah. He's
That's a
gonna be
fail.
like this on my waist, and I'm just gonna be like, dude, what are you doing?
Come on! Come on!
You want a noogie?
The next one. What a waste of a turn. All right. That is a 6
On the confusion chart.
on the confusion chart. Yeah.
Hey, Kale.
What happens?
I'm sorry. Yeah. What did he roll?
6.
6.
6. They don't do anything. Nothing. No movement. No actions. They just drool all over themselves.
Well, that first one and that one both failed their wisdom saves again. And their intelligence saves against the synaptic. Now we have one last one who rolls a 1.
He uses all its movement to move in a random direction. To determine the direction, roll a d8 and assign a direction to each face. and then they don't take an action.
Okay. One is straight up, and then clockwise around. One. He's going to hit the wall. Okay. Kale.
Yep, I'm going to throw a firebolt at that one. The guy that just ran into the wall. He looks like he's having a hard time. I rolled a 2 on the die, so that's, 11 total.
That's going to miss.
Well, I'm here. I will plant my feet firmly on the ground.
Okay. Then we have Wampum, who would be next.
And the guy just refuses to die. First attack is a 14, which is going to miss.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Second attack is a 15.
This is gonna miss.
And third attack is a 17.
That's gonna miss.
3 whiffs. And I'm going to stay. Actually, I'm going to get between these two. And I'm
Okay.
done.
Nos.
Look down at the guy at my waist and be like, "Hey, I don't suppose you want to come work for me in Neverwinter, do you?"
Punching.
He's confused.
I'm actually going to fight over him and go for the one that Wampum was just going for.
What are the health benefits, and do you unionize?
We are working on a union. Nobody knows it yet, but we are.
Oh, okay. Can I transform my pension? All right. You're attacking someone? Yeah, with a 29. All right.
Yeah.
That's going to hit the guy that's in front of you, and that's going to kill him.
Great. Can I do like an inside check to see if this guy is actually serious? That's on me right now.
Roll an insight check.
5.
He's confused. He's muddled. But he seems interested.
Okay, well, I'm
I
not
feel terrible.
raging.
We did literally just ask if you could have more opportunities where it would succeed.
Yeah,
I feel bad that it now seems like this is the only chance. It's not.
It is what it is, man. I gotta be in character. This is how it rolls. So she's not actually gonna attack this guy. She's just gonna have a conversation with him and be like, "Dude, did you have a direct hand in the attack of the Thunderbelly clan?
It's the
Or
interview
he's-
process.
Are you just doing what the matron says because you're afraid she's gonna kill you?"
You're gonna kill me, right?
I may not, but I mean, depends on how you answer this.
Roll a persuasion check.
18.
May not. We'll see what happens. Anything else from you, Nos?
I'm going to tell him to go stand in that corner, go away from the fight, stop fighting, leave, and I'll contact him later. Or he can come find me.
Okay. Is that it for you?
Yep.
All right. At the end of your turn, at initiative count 20, the lava flares up once more. As it bubbles, it causes a spray of ash to fill the air. All non-drow individuals must now roll Constitution saving throws against being blinded by the ash
In the whole area?
in the whole place.
20.
She's that
22.
powerful. I'll roll
11.
for the dwarves. Okay. Okay. Half the dwarfs become blinded, half of them don't. Right, let me check the party. Lafcadio, what did you get?
20.
Okay, you are not blinded. Nos,
22. I'm good.
also. Wampum.
14.
Okay, Wampum is blinded until this time next turn.
Okay.
Taslin.
I got an 11.
Also blinded until initiative count 20 next turn. Kale.
10.
Also blinded until initiative count 20 next turn.
And Torbera got 15.
She's also blinded. Now that she's blind, what would she like to do?
Just gonna feel out the pillar that she was trying to take over behind. I guess there's just... She's closer to the pillar, but there's a zombie token in a way. But she's just gonna hunker down and dodge.
Okay.
Take a dodge.
All right. The Drow. So, this Drow is not actually the one right in front of Nos. This Drow is the group of Drow warriors wearing spider climb boots.
Oh, cool.
Who all walk on the ceiling, the wall, to avoid the lava, and approach the currently blinded dwarves. Lafcadio.
I will pursue this fella who's up against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And end up there. And I will attack him twice with my whip.
Okay.
A natural 1 and a 19.
Alright, the 19 is definitely going to hurt him.
6 slashing damage.
Alright.
And I will start reloading my hand crossbow, and I'll be done.
Okay. Then the Drow mages. But again, the ones up north. This group are going to start firing upon all those dwarves that head forwards, and they don't have fireball. So they're going to have to do something much more fun and interesting. Evard's Black Tentacles.
What a fun spell.
It is. Can do so many wonderful things. Black Tentacles. Let me just pull up the text for that. Alright, so 20-foot square on the ground it can see within range. The 20-foot square, both of them are going to be casting the same spell. So we end up with two 20-foot squares. We're going to end up with something akin to that. Doubled. Okay. As the tentacles suddenly begin to appear and start writhing around, the area becomes difficult terrain. When a creature enters the affected area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, they must make a dex save or take bludgeoning damage and be restrained by the tentacles until the spell ends. That is them done. Right. The confused warriors. Let's see what they get to do on their turn. The confused one next to Nos rolls a 9.
They get to do whatever they want.
Right, of his own free will and accord.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go curl up in the corner and sit down.
My man. My man right there.
The one with his back to Lafcadio rolls an 8.
Uses action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within reach. Uh-oh.
So, happens to be Lafcadio. So, that's a 7 to hit. It's good to miss. Okay,
Shoot.
then Confusion is still on. Synaptic Static also.
Jeez.
Wow, they can't roll for anything. Alright, Taslin.
I'm gonna... Who turned out the lights? And I will just stay where I am, and I'm assuming I could probably get into my pack with little problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start rummaging in my pack for my potion of lesser healing.
Okay.
I'm assuming then I could drink it next turn.
I'd say you'd be able to drink it this turn.
Okay.
That's your action.
Alright, so I will do that.
2d4 plus 2.
2.
6 plus 2.
Okay.
8 HP.
The dwarves up top, under the effect of the Evard's Black Tentacles. Okay. All right. The vast majority of them manage to succeed. On a success, they don't take any damage. It's still considered difficult terrain, but they don't take any damage. And so these guys will actually push on as much as they can through this space. Okay. So I'll move these guys up as they dash up to there. The rest of them will take damage as they take 3d6 bludgeoning damage and are restrained. All right, 9 each. Okay. The guys at the back. We need to help our friends or help you. What do you need?
Push forward.
Okay, that's what they'll do. Kale, what are you going to do on your turn?
I'm gonna move up 30 feet. I'm not blind anymore, right? Or is that at the end of my turn?
You are blind until initiative count 20.
Oh. Then he is going to more carefully move up and get to the next pillar and then just kind of hold on to it and dodge.
Okay. Wampum, also blind, I believe.
Yep. My movement would be at half, correct?
No, your movement is normal. You just don't know where you're moving. You're blind. You would have disadvantage on attacks against any creature because you can't see it.
I will do that. I will attack the one in front of Lefcardio.
Okay, so throwing your blast axe past Lafcadio at disadvantage.
Would be a 20 for 12 points of damage.
Okay, that will hit the guy.
And then since I heard him yipe, I'm gonna throw it again. And dang, it's not a natural, but it's still a 28 to hit for 15 points of damage. 14 points of damage.
All right. Ouch. And third.
Third is a 19 to hit for 11.
Okay. In this scenario, Lafcadio is right in front of you, so this attack will miss, as it will just kind of bounce off of Lafcadio and not do damage to him, but also miss the target.
Ah!
Oh, sorry.
Anything else?
I will stay where I'm at.
Nos, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna give the guy in the corner one last kind of look to be like, I'm trusting you. Okay, bye. And then I'm gonna fly off. I'm going to attempt to get here and hopefully won't draw too much attention to myself as I creep up on these wall crawly guys.
All right. Then, at the end of your turn, on initiative count 20, everyone who was blinded is no longer blind. They become unblinded when they start to notice that the webs in the ceiling start drooping, turning to points, and then falling down in specific locations. I need Taslin and his zombies to all make dexterity saving throws, along with Torbera.
All right. A 20 total for Taslin, and let me roll for the zomboys. All four of them?
Mm-hmm.
Torbera got a 16.
Okay. All of those zombies fail. So too does Torbera. The only one that manages to succeed is Taslin. And so Taslin takes half damage from the piercing stalactite web things. Okay, so all of you zombies will take 16 points of piercing damage.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Torbera will also take 16, and Taslin will take half at 8.
Due to evasion, Torbera will take half.
Okay, so she will take 8. What would Torbera like to do now that she can see?
She will sprint over behind this pillar and confident that that dude is just like facing a wall. He looks like an idiot. She's not worried about it. She'll look over and see what's going on up here. Can she see these guys up on the wall here?
Yeah, she can see them.
She's gonna shoot at the top right one twice. That's 2 18s. Hey, look at that on the die. So that would be 20 something, 27.
That will hit.
Yes. So I'm gonna roll these 2d6. Wow, that was terrible. 9 damage of the piercing variety.
Okay.
They're dead, right?
Totally dead.
Good.
So dead, but on the inside.
And then bonus action dodge. It sounds like my life definitely inside.
Okay. All right. Spider climbing drow. Run right up to Nos. Nos. She's gone. I'm assuming Nos would use her reaction to attack one of them when it came within 10 feet.
Yeah.
So I'll give her the opportunity to make that attack roll when she gets back. It's probably not going to kill this guy. And she doesn't have Sentinel, does she?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so it's not likely to stop him from doing what he's about to do. So I have a 17 and a 25 to hit Nos.
25 hits.
Okay. That is 12 points of piercing damage. Nos! Hey! You're back. You'll take 12 points of piercing damage.
Sure thing.
Alright. And 7 points of poison. Now, this spider climbing drow managed to walk towards you along the wall, kind of one hand on and then skirting along this way. So you would have had the opportunity to make an attack of opportunity against it as it was coming into your reach. Would you?
Shall I?
You can if you wish.
Okay.
All right.
Probably didn't hit him. 14.
No, unfortunately, that will miss.
Okay.
All right. The other warriors will stay on the wall, but also keep their distance and fire their hand crossbows at some of these drow. So they dwarves. So they have advantage against the dwarves. Let's see how this turns out.
I think she looked at the houses, right?
But they don't want. Ooh, okay. Okay. So all of those 3 attacks are going to hit 3 of the dwarves, those 3 that are right there. They get heavily weakened. These dwarves are now looking quite hurt. And they need to roll con saves against poison, which they have advantage on, which will succeed. So no ill effect there. Great. We now move to Lafcadio.
I will continue attacking this confused fella. With my whip, I will tab over to my sheet, and with my whip, I will attack him twice. Go 23 and a 24.
All right, both hitting 17 points damage. Sorry.
And then with my freshly loaded hand crossbow, I'll take one more shot.
Okay.
30 for 8 piercing.
Which will hit and kill. All right. Anything else from your left cardio?
I reckon I now see the action, or hear it at least, unfolding, so I will make my way. Got no snap, so around there. Now I'm done.
Okay. All right, then we have the Drow mages. These Drow will cast the magic missile at the dwarves that are currently restrained right in front of them, which will cause one of them to die. Q. While you're moving a token, it's Q. Okay. That'll be that. The Drow mages that are up front, having been told to move forward, the dwarves do so. And Drow mages that are up here are now going to launch lightning bolts straight down that nice little 2 lines of dwarves. So, against the lightning. Okay. They'll take some damage. Okay. That will actually reduce the number that we of dwarves we have by another one. Right. Now we have the warriors. So the ones that are in the bottom corner are going to stay there. He is confused still. So with a 3, the one that's cowering, does he do anything?
No.
No. Okay. And then, aha! Saves from the confusion.
Good for him.
And saves from the synaptic static. Huzzah!
Now he's on his side. He's got the goddess of luck looking after him, so it all, works out like that.
He is his own man now. And we'll sit there. Tight. Alright. We have some Drow up top that are going to start getting involved as well. So, let's see how this ends up going. Alright, okay. Alright. One more dwarf down. Alright, Taslin.
Alright, so I'm gonna upcast Vitrolic Sphere. And
Okay.
I'm gonna cast it right on top of all of these Drow that are nice and in place for me.
Which Drow are you talking about? And what does Vitrolic Sphere do?
Alright, so I point at a location within range that is 150 feet from me, and a 20-foot radius sphere of emerald acid basically streaks there and explodes, and everyone needs to make a dexterity save. So I'm looking to place it right behind the Drow, right up at that end, so it doesn't hit the dwarves.
Okay. Alright. So they've got to make dex saves, you say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's the 2 mages. What's the DC?
It is 17.
Okay. So one of the mages succeeds. The warriors, though, looks like they all fail. Alright. So what happens on a failure?
Alright, on a failure, the creature takes 10d4 acid damage, and then they take another 5d4 acid damage at the end of their next turn.
Okay.
And then on a successful save, that they take half damage and don't take any acid damage at the beginning of their next turn.
Do you want to roll the damage?
Yeah!
10d4?
10d4. And do you want me to roll the damage for the beginning of their next turn now?
No, just roll it when they get to their turn.
31 damage, wow!
Right. You just need to remember that they do take damage at that point.
Yep.
Alright. So the warriors take all of that. Alright. Anything else from you?
Yeah, I guess I could probably move up. So, bonus action, I'll move the zomboys up behind the dwarves. And I'll holler out, crossbows, fire at the ones that are hitting you to the left on the wall. And then I will move... Oh, man. I don't know... Let's see. I'm going to move third... I'm going to move past left Claudio. So I can get, like, vantage on that little outcrop where the Drow were coming from to get onto the wall.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to do.
Alright. We have some dwarves who are still trapped in the tentacles. And they will take a little bit more damage. That will fell one more of them. Right. Other dwarves will succeed. They'll push on through and then fire off shots at the dwarves that are right here. Not dwarves, at the Drow. Dwarves attacking Drow. Dwarves. Okay. Heavily wounded. Slightly in pain. All right. The rest are... Yep, that's fine. Now we move to the clerics. Now, haha, I gave some of them Dispel Magic. So, bye-bye to the Evard's Black Tentacles. Right. As they move forward, the few that also remain will use healing magics to pick up 2 of those felled dwarves. Heavily weakened, but hey, conscious again. That's what matters. Right. Still a bit of a squeeze. Now we do have a few that can continue to attack. As they are. Ooh, that does terribly. Right. Top of the round. Kale.
Muted.
You said we could jump over the lava thing in the middle, right?
Yep.
Got it. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to hop over and I'm going to hold a hand out. Well, first I'm going to... First I'll toll the dead the guy Nos is fighting.
Okay.
Bang on my shield. He needs to make a wisdom save, or he drops dead.
That is a failed save. I don't
Hey.
think he dies.
I think you need to read a book and find out. So
He
that's
has 71 hit points, so I don't think he dies.
coincidentally, I deal exactly 22 damage and he dies.
Okay. Is that special catch 22?
So, sure, yeah.
Alright.
But anyway, he takes 22 necrotic damage. That's my action. Bonus action. I'm going to hold a spell that is a bonus action. I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because that's a cantrip.
No, you can only ready a spell that has the casting time of an action.
Okay. Shit. Then I'm not going to do anything else.
Alright. Here's a spellcasting rule that I have often neglected that I now remember, having had it reminded to me, is that any spell that requires more than an action to cast requires concentration to cast it, regardless of whether or not it requires concentration to after it's been cast. Okay. Then we move to Wampum.
Wampum is just going to take off running across this lava and end his turn right there.
You're wearing the ring of fire resistance?
I is.
Okay. Alright. So you will take a little bit of burning foot damage at 6 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Okay. Like walking over hot coals. And I'm sure you've done that on a drunken night at the bar.
Of course
Probably.
I have.
Yep. Anything else from you, Wampum?
That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. Nos.
I'm gonna whack him. I'm gonna whack him with the 22
That's gonna hit him.
for 14 slashing. And then again with 28
Alright, that's another hit.
for 11 slashing. And then again with 20.
Another hit.
Sweet. That's, nope, 11 points of damage.
Alright. He is now heavily wounded. Barely able to hold on to the wall. Anything else from you?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna shout down at the dwarves, good teamwork!
So, it's happened before, it'll happen again. Tidal wave! And we're going for this group of 30 foot right here. Tied a little group. As it hits, it's just the NPCs there, so let's see how they do. Okay. Alright. So the worst some that were barely alive, they will drop once again. Unfortunately. And with that, one more will also drop. Okay. Torbera.
She's just gonna keep going with the 2 shots at the guy Nos is fighting. So first she rolls a 21 and then a 19.
The 21 will hit. Oh, that's an accident. Didn't mean to press those. Can he parry? No, he can only parry melee attacks. So both of them will hit.
All right, so the first one does 9 damage.
Okay.
And the second one does 8 damage.
Okay, that causes him to fall and scream as he hits the lava and dies.
Good.
Just turn that volume up. All right.
And then
Anything
she
else?
will bonus action dodge and move a little bit.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, we have those 3 drow that are up on the side of the wall. All 3 of them are going to take their crossbows and fire at Nos.
Makes sense.
Okay, so come on. 22, 14, and an 11.
22 does it.
Okay. So as the 22 will hit, you will take 5 points of piercing damage. You're not raging, are you? Nope. Okay. I do need you to make, though, a Constitution saving throw.
23.
Okay. You find there no ill effect. They will move, however, after they've fired at you along the wall. He's going to move in to engage you. Slow you down at least. You can make an attack of opportunity against him should you desire.
I would love to, and that is a nat 20, so I'm going to just...
Wow.
So that was for 20 points of damage.
Okay,
And-
that's going to heavily hurt him.
And I got a 21 on the roll table there.
All right. You cast Detect Thoughts on the target you choose. You chose.
Oh God, oh
okay,
God.
So you detect thoughts on him. If you didn't target a creature, you instead take 1d6 psychic damage. Well, you did target him. So you immediately start hearing his thoughts, and it is quite literally, ho, 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 no, 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 no.
But in French.
Non.
Okay. Oh, zut alors. They are getting past us. Right.
What?
Well, that was your reaction. Okay. Torbera.
Again? What?
I think it's... No.
No, she just went.
Yes, she did
Okay.
just go. Yeah. I have the other group of drow. That's right. The other group of drow elite warriors are going to start carving their way through, I think. Nope. All right. They will wound, but they won't kill. There will be a hand crossbow shot that will miss. Okay.
Friendly.
And that was
Now-
the ones up there.
That was the ones up there.
They
I
take
have-
12 acid damage at the end of their turn.
All right.
Got him.
Lafcadio.
I am going to run up over here behind Wampum. With my bonus action, I'm going to hex the drow that is fighting Nos.
Okay.
Give him disadvantage on strength checks. And then I'm going to reload my crossbow and take a shot. So 21 for 9 damage plus 1d6 for the hex, plus 1 necrotic.
Okay. He's hurting. Anything else from you, Lafcadio?
That's it.
Okay. We have some drow mages. The 2 that are hiding in the corner.
Yeah.
Will, seeing that their concentration on black tentacles has ended, they shall cast other spells. Primarily, Cloud Kill.
Ooh, you yuck.
All right. So as horrific clouds come in and block that space, the whole area becomes heavily obscured by these clouds, as well as anything else. Kill. I know I've got a piece of art for it, but just need. There we go. The Death Cloud. Cloud. Ah, it's one word. Okay. Cloud, not Cloud Kill. Cloud Kill. Ah.
Clown kill?
No,
Clown
don't
kill?
kill all the
Cow
clowns.
kills?
Clown College?
Kill the cloud. Okay, it's a 20-foot radius sphere. They're casting 2 of them. So 20-foot radius sphere is big.
Cool.
Now, Cloud Kill, I believe, is also centered on a point you choose in range, not a point that they can see. So, they're both going to kind of pick it. And it'll overlap quite heavily. In fact, yeah, let's put them nice and snug right there. Okay, so when a creature enters a spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, they must make con saves against taking poison damage. So the dwarves should be okay. They have advantage on all of these.
This is where the
All right.
Zomboys shine.
If they can actually get somewhere. All right. Where were we? Yes, that is those ones done, but the Drow mages up top are going to use, again, more 3rd level spell slots. There's some more lightning bolts cascading down that way. Oh no. Oh no.
Wild Magic Surge?
No. There's too much wild magic going on right now. Unfortunately, all of those dwarves will succumb to the lightning. Right. Taslin.
Yeah. Not real keen on going in the poison. I'll move my Zomboys up, slowly marching up this corridor of death. And Taslin, I don't really have many spells left, so Taslin's just gonna. Oh, is vision obscured in the cloud?
Yeah. Yes, heavily obscured. So a creature is considered blinded when trying to view another creature in that area.
Okay. In which case, I will not do. Man, I guess I could dispel magic at 3rd level.
Yeah.
On this back one where all the clerics are.
Okay.
So I guess that's what I'll do.
You'll need to still roll an intelligence check.
10 plus 5.
15. That is accurate. It's Cloud Kill is a 5th level spell, so that gets rid of 1 of the Cloud Kills. There you go. Good job.
Woo! And that's it.
All right. Dwarves! With advantage. Ah! You call that stinky? You've not had something funny about farts. I don't know. It's late. All right.
You could have just said the word farts. Farts are funny.
All right. Charging forward is what they shall do. And they will attack at disadvantage at the ones that they can do so. Missing. Okay. A few more will move up slowly. They can't really see. We will have one more attempt at a Dispel Magic. Then that is the last Dispel Magic capable of the day. Haha! It works. Boom. There we go. Few more of these clerics able to move up. They're going to use up a little bit more of their spellcasting capability, and they're not just going to heal up 2 of their own, they're also going to cast a healing word on Nos. I don't know if you're actually injured, Nos, but that's what they're giving to you.
No, I'm good. I might as well. Yeah, slightly injured.
Okay.
The longer I can stay out of a rage, the better. Is if we can.
Fair enough.
manage it.
8 points of healing back to you.
Cool. Thanks,
Okay.
Dwarf Bros.
And they pick up a few more of their dwarves. Alright. That is them done. We are back up to the top of the round with Kale.
Alright, I will shoulder my way past the zomboids. Yuck, gross. And I will bonus action. Well, first on my way up, I will, as my action, cast Toll the Dead on that guy Nos is fighting again.
Okay.
Even though it's a different guy.
Fails.
Good. That's 9. No, wait, that's a 6. God dang it. So 19 plus 5 is 24 necrotic damage. And then for my bonus action, I will reach out and just like shoot my hand over the dwarf man, over Wampum's shoulder, and I'll tap his axe real quick, and I'll cast Holy Weapon on it.
Alright.
And then I'll run back away from that area.
Okay. Wampum. You now have the Holy Blast Axe.
I will. Oops, let me see. Go to right there.
How? Oh, you're just gonna walk on the fire?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright. You'll take 5 points of fire damage as you're walking there.
Okay. And then I am going to throw. Let's see. 5, 10. If I do a 20-foot from right there,
Yeah,
I should hit all the drow and not the dwarfs.
correct.
I am throwing the blast axe right there, and it will explode.
Alright. So. Both failed on the mages. The elite warriors all succeeded. So go ahead and roll the damage.
That is 68.
Yep.
Correct.
Correct. Not quite as powerful as a fireball.
Let's see. Rolling 6 of them. Submit. 32 points of damage.
Okay. Well, the mages both die. And the elite warriors take half, which will actually kill one of them. And heavily wound the others. Alright. So that exploded. At the end of your turn, the axe will return to your hand.
And that is all I can do.
Okay. You end your turn on top of the lava. You will now catch on fire.
Okay.
Okay. So you're now aflame. Alright. Nos.
I will fly over Wampum and kind of give him like a double take as I look down and he's suddenly on fire and like shaking my head like, okay, that's his deal. I'm sure he's fine. Keep going. And I will arrive right in between these two guys and just say, hi, how's it going?
Ah!
Swing for a 13. Doesn't. I'm sure that doesn't hit.
That's gonna miss.
All right. And oh, that's a nat 1. Oh no. Okay. I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and action surge because this is not okay. Having missed
Before
twice.
you
in a row.
action surge, the Glaive of Wonder. Oh wait, no, I forgot. We've been ruling things a little bit differently. We'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, action surge.
Yep. Go ahead.
29. That's more like it.
That's gonna hit one of them. Which one are you attacking?
It won't matter because the first one's gonna go for one, the second one's gonna go for the other one. I'm trying to get both of their attention.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And again, for 15, that's not gonna hit.
It will hit these guys. It'll just get their mage armor.
All right, so that's 11 slashing to the other one.
Okay.
And then we're gonna finish up with a half attack, and we'll go for the one to the left. 24
That will hit.
for 11
For another
slashing.
11.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Anything else from you?
Go like this.
Okay. Initiative count 20. In this situation, we're not going to do the blinded one. We are actually going to have a spike fall towards Lafcadio. I need Lafcadio to roll a dexterity save along with the creatures around him. So, the zombies.
13.
Not the zombies.
Okay. All failing. Taking, this time it is 12 points of piercing damage. Okay. Torbearer. What would Torbearer do?
Torbearer's gonna, I guess, get up in here. Yeah, she'll take that, and then she's got 25 feet, so she'll get right up in front of Lafcadio, and she'll take some pot shots at the guy on the wall. We'll do 2 of these. First shot will be green, second shot will be red. That's an 11 and a 15.
It's a miss and a miss.
And then for bonus action, okay, just gonna dodge.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Go ahead and dodge that. All right, we have some elite warriors. So, see how they do. These guys are all focusing on the big horde of dwarves right now.
Horde of dwarves.
Okay. We have a few more injuries. No deaths, though, this time round, which is good. Lafcadio.
All right, Lafcadio is going to start reloading his crossbow, and then again with his feline agility, he's gonna run up to this space. Excuse me, pardon, excuse me. And then after he's cleared the dwarf horde, he will then take a shot with his crossbow at that fella.
Okay.
That's a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
It's 11 piercing and 5 necrotic.
Wouldn't the necrotic be on someone else because of the hex?
So I meant to move the hex from the guy who died. So if you let me do that, then it does 5. If I mess that up, then I'll remember next time.
I'll let you do it. All right.
Thank you, Mike.
16. Anything else? I think that's it. All right, the mages. With an individual right there, I think it's only right that they should do something to her. So, that will be 2... Yeah. 2 lightning bolts.
Ooh.
Both at Nos. So I need Nos to make
Okay.
2 separate dexterity
All right.
saving throws.
Okay. All right.
Right?
We got this. 9
Ooh.
and a 14. I am going to use one of my lucks.
On which one?
We're gonna go with the 9. The 14 probably didn't work either, but we're just gonna use the 9 because I know the 9 didn't work.
Okay.
Hey, you've got that ring of lightning. Oh wait.
Shit.
All right.
I got a 7. It's even worse. All right. Well, I did everything I could.
Yeah. You with the 14, you succeeded on one, so you took half damage on one of them, but then full damage on another. So I'm going to roll the damage for them. 8d6 twice. Okay, so totals out 40 points of lightning damage.
I'm okay. I'm all right. So last thing she did was this, right? So she's there stunned now. She just got smoking off of her hair and just like, ow.
Okay, Taslin.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run up 30 feet. Some boys are gonna move up, shamble. Probably body parts are falling off at this point from the amount of. I'm gonna have one stay right there. You know what? I don't want to lose them all in one. One boy band member has to leave to restart the next one. And I am. Let's see. I'm gonna pull out my wand of magic missiles, and I'll use 6 charges to hit this guy right there.
Okay, so 6 charges ends up being
As if casting it.
8 darts, I believe.
Let me see. Yep, 8 darts.
Okay, so 8d4 plus 8.
Yep.
All targeted at the same one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
84 plus 8.
A powerful 29 points of force damage. Not quite enough to knock him off of his perch, but still a powerful shot.
Yeah, and I will holler out, "Get me one of their boots!"
Why?
I want to be able to walk on walls. I slip a lot.
Alright. So, we have the dwarves now. So, those that are fighters are going to charge forward and start firing and attacking. They'll push through to be able to flank, gaining themselves advantage, which improves their results. Let's see how they do. Better. Much better. Alright. Now that they're up against these guys and can really focus, they end up finishing off the last of those Drow warriors that are up there. The only Drow warriors remaining are the 2 up on the wall and the Drow mages. The priests are all going. They will spare the dying on 2 of these guys. And then Sacred Flame, success and a failure. The failure hurts a lot. Okay. At the top of this round, we're going to take a break and end our session there. Okay? We're in the middle of it. We're charging through the Drow compound. It's going to take a little bit longer. We are almost at the way in to the Drow Matron Mother's Hall, and we are losing people at an impressive rate. Join us next time as we continue this adventure through to the Nadursk Matron Mother. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks all.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.